Wazi team. Yeah. Ones, Korir, Davido. Sawa. Tuko live? What's up everybody? Tumedonjo. Yeah, tumedonjo manze, tumefika, tumeingia. Energy ni ile manze, naona pale Korir ako ndani. Check on my this side. Naona Ones uko sawa? Davido uko sawa? Watu wako bana 41. Nasikika? Yeah. Yeah? Ones uko sawa? Aya, sawa. Manze tumerudi, vibe ni ile manze, mushene ni ile, vibe ni 100%, si ndio? Si mnatujua. Bosi akiwa lazima vibe ikuwe ile, tunawapenda na tumewaletea ingine moto kabisa. Ndiposa tunaanza hivi sasa. Si tunaanza hivi. Muniambie mko wapi? Unatutazama tukiwa wapi? Naona pale Mankoriri ako ready, Voke ako pale, Mengele uko steady? Director uko sawa? Si tuende basi. Ondiek Dapaman niaje, Okemo Max niaje, Lydia Kerubo uko aje, Isaac niaje, round 6 yes tuko ndani. Happy Clara ama tuko round 6? No, tuko sawa, sisi tumewangoja pia sisi venye metungoja na tunaichapa. A boy from MTN Dapaman, mambo poa sana. Emily Agatha, mambo ichemke sasa. Zipi iwake. Zipi unatutizama? Mtuambie hapo comment section, mnatutizama mkiwa wapi? Maana sisi tuko hapa samaki. Yeah. Happy Clara, watching live from bed. Thank you very much. Florence Ochanda, locked in from Isipe. Isaac, ndio hiyo sasa. Yes, ndio hiyo sasa. David from Nakuru, Dapaman Ndaksa. Sawa, nimekupa salamu zako. Purity Kanana, zipi amekuita manze, umedonjo. Guest ni mgeni, ni mali. Ni mali jo. Gospeliko tuned in. Thank you very much. Asante sana manze. Uliza Obinna nguo za Christmas ni lini atatupanga? Unajua natupanganga mahali na tunaenda sisi wote. Lydia Kerubo live from Kisii. Yeah, asante sana watu wetu wa Kisii kwa kututizama, kuchukua muda wenu na kututizama. John Masinye, Olubwayo Masiei, Kisumu locked in. Asante sana. Brighton Otieno tuned in. Asante sana. Kibet Kirui Kericho, watu wetu wa Kericho, big up. Sam from Eldoret, asanteni sana watu wetu wa Eldoret. Vohi yo Gospel Kido tuned in. Asante sana mtu wa Gospel. Ramla Abi anasema ako ndani. Harrison tuned in from Kisumu, watu wa Kisumu asanteni sana. A boy from TG. Yeah. Victor Mutarima, Victor anasema anatutisama akiwa Meru. Watu wa Meru asanteni sana. Ambia huyo mwenye anapita hapo awache. Aya, sawa. Nick wamesema wache kupita. Masi Tura. So Obinna ndiye atabai nguo ya sikukuu? Ni kama bosi unatupanga na nguo ya sikukuu? Ni swali tu.
Do I look like your father?
Nguo ya sikukuu tu.
Bado watu wanafanyanga hizo vitu.
Si ni sikukuu, si tutatembea uchi sasa.
Kwani una nguo zingine?
Sasa hii ni ya sikukuu. Yenye imeandikwa sikukuu.
Kuna nguo imeandikwa sikukuu.
Na Christmas.
Imeandikwa? Tetema.
Kwanza unajua bosi nguo za sikukuu za hii mwaka? Awalai bilai, unanya zimechelewa kukuja kwa sababu zitaandikwa maandamano, zitaandikwa finance bill, zitaandikwa RIP baba. Sasa mimi nitaka tu niandikie, uninunulie moja yenye imeandikwa gani? RIP. RIP baba. Siniza sikuku.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Aseti ni kufe, lakini nguo lakini nguo ya sikuku.
Okay. Okay.
Uko sawa, si ndio?
I ain't buying you nothing.
Uko sawa, sijasema ununue. Uko sawa.
Mimi niko fit. Wewe uko sawa?
Mimi niko best.
Okay.
Top shot.
Mbona leo nimekuletea wakili? That is my fellow learned friend.
I can see the suit and your suit here. Your fellow.
Si suti tu. Hata huku. Wanasema let the outside be a depiction of the inside.
Yes.
Sasa kwa sisi ziko hivi.
Let the outside.
Zinapelekana hivi.
Let the outside
Be a depiction of the inside.
Yes.
Look inside how you look in the outside.
Okay.
Amepotelea hapo kwa depiction.
Wakili amejuaje nimepotea?
No wonder hii ni wakili.
Amepotelea hapo kwa depiction.
Amepotelea mahali hapo.
Anyway, nitajua tu.
Okay.
So many promise shule.
Mimi.
Bosi tena kipetero kiesu.
Mimi nimekupromise shule.
Hata kuku ijamesa mochwa ushaniruka.
Mimi nilisema urudi Gumbaru. Nilisema right now we don't have anybody here who is going to do less than a degree. Sasa hiyo ndio lowest. So wewe rudi Gumbaru ufanye form 1, form 2, form 3, form 4. Alafu ndio ingie kampo. Na wewe nimesema utakupeleka sana polytechnic. Unaonaje plumbing?
Plumbing ni nini hiyo?
Sikufungua mapipe. Aya welding.
Utanipea miwani moja. Kwanza ile yenye ulikuwa nayo kwa my mistake ile.
Miwani ya welding.
Si moja kwa hizo inaweza fanya vizuri.
Kwanza nataka unisaidie kuchagua. Nimeletewa miwani hapa, iko aje?
Wamesema mimi.
Ni Dapper Man. Dapper Man iko aje? Dapper Man we focus.
Uko top.
Sina kucheki. Aya hii.
Sasa
iko top.
Sasa iko top sasa.
Kwanza hiyo sasa imeendana na suti.
Iko top.
Imeendana na suti.
Tuangalie hapa.
Aya, ngosungoje.
Hata kama hujavaa. Top shot.
Top shota.
Unaribu akili. Wakili anasema atashoot watu, nasikia no you know he said it shoot. Alafu hiyo.
Hapana.
Muskwe hivyo.
Hapana.
What's up everybody?
Vetting committee imekataa.
Umekataa kupitisha hii budget.
Hautatukalia katuni na tunakuangalia.
Hebu vaa nione. Mutaki nikae Billy Blanks. Dapper Man hiyo ndio yako. Hebu vaa nione. Si juu ya hiyo. Alafu weki miwani hivyo Dapper Man. Usiko unaweka miwani, unaweka hivi.
Sini yangu. Na ni kubwa imeshika mpaka masikio yote ndasikia aje.
Hiyo ikutoe vizuri. Wewe nimekuanda sana wewe.
Oops. Wakili. Can you see me?
Hai jaribu hili. Ati umefanyaje top shota?
Wakili.
Hiyo nyuzi top shota. Hiyo ni in quotes. Hiyo ni in quotes. Hiyo ni in quotes.
Sasa mbili ndio zangu. Hii na hii.
Hii ni ya Sharon.
Sawa.
Si walinyang'anya last week, si nile mwa nilibai last week na mwenzake. Mwenzake korira akapita nayo na baada akaninyang'anya pesa. Zilikuwa mbili. Hao watu wa West Pokot hao ni bandits. Weka kuweka miwani, weka hivi.
Ni korir.
Korira alinirusha pesa. Roho safi tu. Na ananifanyia kazi.
Alifunga.
Ilikuwa tao. Roho safi na nabia ni kama ana pesa yangu.
Ndio maana leo anaku avoid side.
Hapana, ananisalimia tena tu roho juu. Korira, please. Utaniona ngano. Nisiogope Korira, I gave you cash money. Wakili, I need representation ya It's like we are having a nini of tags here.
Yes, anakuangalia kama kasongo. Anakuibia na anakuangalia.
Wakili uanza mapema.
By the congratulations. Nimeona keki. Although sijameza.
No, iko tu sawa. Haiko ya waya wengi.
Sijameza keki.
Hujameza keki.
Hizi makeki tumezi.
Ndio
Ziko na ngori mbaya.
Umempata? Finally. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Network yangu iko low side.
Network yako inakuanga iko kwa nini sana kwa basement. Sasa hii imenini. Sukaribishe mgeni sasa.
Lakini si ni Kiswahili.
Huu ni Kiswahili. Yako sawa.
Wakili. Jambo sana.
Si jambo.
Au jambo?
Yeah.
Mbona usijambo?
Sijajambika.
Mgagana upwa.
Hula wali mkavu.
Hali.
Hali.
Hali wali mkavu.
Hali wali mkavu.
Mimi nimefurahi sana.
Asante.
Tangia siku ambayo nilisikia unakuja.
Naam. Nilijawa
na furaha mpwito mitilia tasa aliyefanikiwa kujifungua mapacha. Ilikuwa sawa.
Na sisi tunashukuru.
Karibu zeme.
Tunashukuru Mungu kwa kutupa nafasi ya kufika mahala hapa siku ya leo. Pia tulikuwa tunasikia tukiwa nyumbani.
Umependeza zaidi.
Asante.
Na nimependa suti yako.
Nimeshukuru.
Unaweza niasima siku moja?
Naweza kuasima.
Asante sana. Sasa kabla tuendelee, ama ndiposa tuendelee, ninachukua fursa hii.
Naam.
Nachukua fursa hii kukuuliza ama kukuomba kwa heshima na taadhima. Ni kinywaji kipi ambacho utatumia wakati ambapo uko kwenye mahojiano?
Maji yatanitosha.
Maji.
Naam.
Maji fufutende ya baridi?
Hiyo ya kwanza.
Fufutende.
Naam.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Sawa sawa.
Dawa.
Yes
sir. Then put more ginger. Bado sauti nasikia kidogo.
Okay, sawa.
Hata zaidi nikicheka nasikia uchungu kidogo, sasa leta
pole.
Dawa. No, iko sawa, ni kuongea sana tu. Hali ya kazi. That's fine with me.
Sawa.
Alright, Davido, tuanze kipindi. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Obinna Show live. When it's Monday, it's time for some inspirational and motivational conversations. Karibu sana. If you're just tuning in, you've missed two other interesting guests. Ira Love, all the way from Hawaii, was in the building. And before that one, we also had a very, very, very interesting conversation with another guest. You should catch up with that one. Why? Because you need to know if you're having liquor that is legit. Am I having liquor that is not legit? Alrighty, so while that is happening, after this one, we're going to be having another interesting conversation. So you're right on time for this one and the consecutive ones. Alrighty, this is the platform where you get to educate you and entertain you. That's what we are about to do, because the person that I'm sitting down with right now, it's a learned fellow, it's a learned friend. Tulisema hii mwaka tunamaliza na watu tu wamesoma. Tulisema saizi kama uja graduate, ni ngumu sana tukuite kwa interview. Yeah, Steve Simple Boy Simone akirudi hapa. Na wasanii wengi sana wa Kenya. Yeah, sioni wakikuja hapa. Saizi I just want either comrades ama watu wenye kidogo tunaweza kusaidiana. Anyway, karibu sana. For the first time on Obinna Show live, makofi tafadhali. Lawyer Ndegwa Njiru.
Asante.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Uko aje?
Niko salama. Nashukuru, niko buheri wa afya.
Okay.
Tunaomba Mungu na kushukuru Mungu kwa kutupa mwaka mzima.
Okay.
na tunapoelekea sikukuu za Krismasi tunazidi kushukuru.
Okay.
Naam.
Haupatikani?
Mimi niko katika all spaces.
Finding you, tumekutafuta.
Nilikuwa natarajia sana kuja. Nikawa nimeshikana kidogo. Unajua tulikuwa na uchaguzi pale pande ya Mbere. Pande ya Malava, huko pande ya Magarini, pande ya Machakos. Tukawa tumeshikana kidogo sana.
Lakini kwani wewe unaingiliaje election ya Mbere na ya Malava?
Naam.
At the same time na ya Machakos.
Unajua the United Opposition tulikuwa na candidates. Kwa hizo uchaguzi zote. Tulikuwa na candidate wa DAPK pande ya Malava. Machakos tulikuwa na Wiper candidate. MCA na akashinda. Mgombea mwenza alikuwa wa chama cha Chap. Na pia kulikuwa na UDA. UDA alipata sijui kura 8 ama 10 hapo hivyo. Pia pale Malava, pale pande ya Mbere tulikuwa na uchaguzi ambao tuliushuhudia yakafanyika mambo pale, na sasa tunajitayarisha kwenda mahakamani anytime.
The one from Mbere?
Yes, from Mbere. Even from Malava.
Hamuja kubali wa Mudhende ni fire?
Hapana.
Wa Mudhende ni fire, si fire?
Inasemekana alikuwa ni dawa ambayo ilikuwa inaletwa. So ikasemekana lazima watu wainywe, wapende wasipende. But we are going to court. We have a very solid petition. So si kukosa kuja kwa sababu ya dharau, ni kwa sababu muda hauko unanihurusu, lakini leo nimekuja. Naam.
Why you guys
nazungumzia maneno ya Mbere hapo baadaye.
Which I just wanted to throw this in there. Why you guys so serious about this by-elections? Like from a normal wananchi, we are like the biggest elections are coming in 2027.
You know why, Obinna? And first of all, I want to congratulate you for your graduation. First class honors is not just something that you just earn.
Thank you.
It means you were dedicated to your works and you are committed to your works. Congratulations. And we now have a good example to learn from. We are not just concerned about the outcome of the election. We are concerned in the manner in which the IBC itself is preparing itself to carry out the general election, and were given a test case which they have miserably failed. The biggest concern about the Mbere election is because it has come at a time when the Mount Kenya region has completely disassociated itself and delinked itself with Mr. William Ruto's government. Remember the big chunk of votes that ended up in favor of William Ruto came from Mount Kenya region, about 47%. So people were keen to see how it is going to reflect out, and how it was to play out in the by-elections. Unfortunately, the IBC failed to meet the expectation of the people. Remember, it is the dictates of the Constitution, Obinna, under Article 89, that the IBC is mandated to oversee a free, fair, secure, credible, and accountable and transparent election. What happened in Mbere will shock you. One, the candidate that was cleared by the IBC in favor of the UDA was not in the first place supposed to be cleared. On two folds. The first fold is that one of the institutions that we have in this country called the EACC, which is mandated to evaluate the standing of a candidate under Chapter 6, gave a very bad recommendation, gave a recommendation that was not suitable for this candidate. So in normal circumstances where the IBC wanted to integrate the whole concept of constitutionalism and free and fair and credible elections and a candidate who fits the bill, they ought not to have cleared that person. Remember, he had issues with and scandals involving oxygen plants in Kenyatta Hospital. But the IBC decided to sweep all that information under the carpet. Number two, as a consequence of the oxygen plant, this gentleman decided to abandon his first initial names. He denounced. While denouncing, he deponed, or he swore a deed poll, to the extent that he was abandoning the first name, which was Leonard Muriuki Njiru, and in its place, he was to adopt the name Wamudhende, that is Leo Wamudhende Njiru. Now, that is another situation where IBC confirmed to us that they are not ready to initiate a process that meets the expectation of Article 89. Why? Because when you are changing your name, there are two things that you can do. You can denounce the first name. That means you no longer be referred by that particular name, or you can add another name to the existing name. For example, when Governor Waititu wanted to adopt another name, Babayao, he adopted the name Babayao, also known as Ferdinand Waititu, aka. But this gentleman Wamudhende abandoned or denounced his first name. The consequence of denouncing the first name means that any other previous registration or documentation that appeared in those particular names cease to have the legal effects or the force of law. Now, the law says under Section 10 of the Registration of Persons Act that the new name will be gazetted for a period of 21 days. Remember, the gazette notice that is in circulation indicates that the name was gazetted on the 19th of October. Sorry, 19th of September, 2025. It was to run for 21 days so that he can then assume that new identity. The nominations were done on the 9th. He returned his nomination papers on the 9th of October, before the expiry of the 21 days. That means even at the time he was presenting the name, the papers, he had not acquired his new identity. It means that the person who presented these papers before the IBC was not a person who is known in law. Why? Because at that particular time, he had not acquired the name Wamudhende. He was still described as Leonard, but he presented Wamudhende. Number two, when his name changed, and when he denounced the first name and acquired the subsequent name, the IBC register was never rectified, so as to reflect the new character, because registration is by your description of your particulars. And that's what you saw in the voters register. He was described as Leonard Muriuki Njiru. But on the ballot paper, he was described as Leo Wamudhende Njiru. So that's a legal question to be answered by the court, whether at the time of presentation of the papers, there was any person known as Wamudhende, and whether it was necessary for the IBC to rectify the register so as to reflect the new name. Number two, whether in the absence of adopting an additional name, Wamudhende was a registered voter. Those are some of the issues that we want to deal with. But besides that, we have polling stations where IBC officials colluded with government agents to bungle the elections. In a polling station like it's called Gatiburi polling station, Mr. Roko came and overran that polling station, and the counting was done under his supervision. He directed the IBC on what to do. And you remember, the IBC is supposed to be an impartial arbiter. So that when chaos, and by the way, let me just give a small synopsis of what happened in that polling station. Polling stopped at 5 o'clock and the doors were closed. At 5:30, an IBC officials, and remember the sun is still up in the sky, the IBC official attempted to light the gas lamp. So he just went, opened the gas and left the gas running. Went outside the class and lit the matchbox. And fire just came. That is a scheme that they had planned. Fortunately, all this is captured. We have people ready to testify. We will not say who our witnesses are. And the question is, when that incident happened, the ballot boxes were removed. 2 ballot boxes were removed from the 2 polling stations and taken to the IBC, a vehicle that was outside. And then our agents were all chased away. So we do not know which ballot box contained the votes that the Mbere people had cast. So there were a lot of irregularities. Number 2, the IBC allowed violence to be meted out as a means of trying to intimidate voters. You saw the number of the police officers that had been deployed in Mbere were actually, there were many. In one polling station, you could find even 30 or even 40 police officers with canisters, batons, guns, as a means of trying to intimidate the people. You know, a free and fair process must be free from intimidation. We even saw military tanks en route to Mbere. They were all meant to intimidate the voters. Look at what happened in Malava. You cannot say that in Malava there was an election when even motor vehicles were burnt down on the day of the election, and the motor vehicles being burnt down were motor vehicles belonging to the opposition members. Unfortunately, to date, you have not heard the IBC issue any statement, even distancing themselves or even clarifying what transpired in Mbere or Malava. So these guys are complacent. And therefore, to answer your question why we had serious interest in Mbere is because, or the by-election is because this is a new commission. We wanted to see whether they can run or they can be trusted to run a general election. Unfortunately, what they have exhibited is that they are not ready to give Kenyans a credible elections. And that's a tragedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these allegations,
yeah,
you do have evidence to back them up?
Yeah, we are filing in court.
Okay.
Even as we speak, our team is drafting the final, my team is drafting
both
the final
for Mudende and Malava?
And Malava, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there will be a petition that will be filed in court with all this evidence. So we shall be able to give, to lay it bare as and when the same is filed, because once it is filed, it becomes public document.
Well,
we have no control of what will happen in the judiciary.
Okay.
But we believe that the judiciary is the last line of our defense currently.
Okay.
And of course, we may not really want to comment on what happened in the Supreme Court, because that is what the judges decided, that it was hot air. And
okay,
unfortunately, you cannot appeal that judgment in any other court.
What of the people who believe that you guys are sole losers?
Yeah.
Like, because now, you know, for every election there's a winning team and a losing team.
Yes.
Nikatu Man U na Arsenali.
Yes.
Watu kipiga watu Arsenali.
Yeah. Unajua sasa sisi would have been happy if the process was free and fair.
Okay.
If they won fair and square, we would just bow.
Because watu wengine wanasema, oh, mnasema hivyo because mmeshindwa tu, the thing was free and fair, oh, kwa ground watu wa complain.
No. You see, You see, like in that particular polling station, where Ruko, the CS, took control of that particular polling station, what is the role of government in an election that they're interested in?
Okay.
Yeah, what were they doing there? And you saw all the CSs campaigning for Wamudende.
So they were overseeing the thing.
You know, the current constitutional dispensation does not allow them to actively participate or take parts, and that is why, before they are vetted, one of the things they do is to resign as a member of a political party if they were. Because the reason why we did this is because we wanted to professionalize the executive, and we only wanted the executive to have only two branches of active politicians, that is the president and the deputy president, because they must be politically, they must be involved in the political process. But we wanted to have a cabinet that is distant from the politics of the day, so that then the cabinet can be the one to oversee the implementation of government policies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, just a different question around this one.
Yes.
Then the thing you mentioned the name issue.
Yes.
You think they did not know that that was an issue?
If they did know, we will give them the opportunity, they'll be granted the opportunity of substantiating that.
Like they didn't know that it has not gone to 21 days since the name change, that now having different name on this.
But the Gazette notice is there, it's out there. The nomination date is known. Those are things that cannot change. In my view, I would answer that question and say the people in that space, the government space, are blind, and they're blind to all issues. And they think
they're blind.
Kabisa. And they think they can always have their day. For them, the law does not matter. What matters is the ability to manipulate people, is the ability to win by all means necessary. And most importantly, the question of manipulation and the question of thinking that they can always get away with it. So to me, if they knew, they would not have done it. Unfortunately, the evidence is there. We got it. They cannot discount it.
Okay.
Yeah. But it would be erroneous for you, Obinna, to overrate this government, to think that they know things. They do not. This government has no idea of what ought to be done. Yes, they do. They don't. Look at the country. The country is messed up completely. The economy is messed up. The social facilities are messed up. The security system is messed up. Our institutions are messed up. These guys have no, William Ruto has no idea how to govern.
What if people are doing it intentionally to just paint the president in bad light?
Well,
like shooting him in the foot. Wanajua amepanga kitu mzuri, wanakuja wanaipangua, alafu wanarudi wanasema.
Sasa, it's none other than Mr. William Ruto himself, who gave orders for Kenyans to be shot, to be killed. Actually, don't speak about shooting, about being killed, being exterminated. So you can't say people are speaking on his behalf to paint him and to have him look bad. It is him. It is him who is selling Safaricom. It is him who wanted to sell JKIA to Adani. It is him who is leading the pack in the corruption of this country. His spillage and stealing and robbery of our resources. It is him. I mean, if he had nothing to do with it, why is he not able to control and to reign over those people that he thinks are stealing?
Okay.
Yes.
We're going to come back to talk about the situation in the country, talk about Safaricom issue and all that.
Absolutely.
Let's conclude on the Mbere story, then now come back now to you. Because there are a couple of people who are like, we've been seeing this Wakili on social media. I want to know, where did he grow up? Which school did he go to? And stuff like that. But now, as you're winding up on the by-elections that have just happened, IBC has a lot of questions to answer.
Absolutely.
Now, as a Wakili, now leave the political interest that you have in the united opposition and everything. Now, looking at it as a Wakili.
Yes, Obinna.
Is IBC to be trusted in 2027 to deliver credible, free, fair, credible elections?
Even the manner in which IBC itself was constituted, the way the commissioners were interviewed, some of them being included in the list at the last days,
Yeah.
It calls for more doubts on its ability to oversee a fair, free, credible, secure, transparent, and accountable election, free from intimidation and political infiltration. When granted an opportunity for them to prove themselves, they have miserably failed to do so, because they got into office on a very, very low public trust. And instead of them earning the opportunity or seizing the opportunity to earn public trust, they have completely intermeddled with it. So to me, it will require a lot of efforts for the IBC to convince Kenyans that they can really be in a position to provide a free and fair elections. For example, you've not even seen them creating mechanisms even prior to the by-elections through which they can have an interface between all political players. For example, even attempting to create a liaison committee between political parties and the IBC, because political parties are the major players in the election processes. They have not done that. They have not even had an opportunity of even meeting with other stakeholders like the civil society. You'll never see them doing so. Look at the way they operationalized the registration of Kenyans as voters. When they announced that they are going to have registration, to start the registration of voters, they took these voting centers at the constituency centers. While the majority of the Kenyans have difficulties in accessing those centers. That is why you saw that after 30 days of voters registration, they only returned a return of 90,000 registered voters. Yet the people that we should be targeting, the Gen Zs, are deep down in the villages. Some of them do not even have the ability to facilitate themselves to access the registration centers. Why was it so difficult for them to take the registration at the polling center? Simply because they want to frustrate the process of registration of the Gen Zs. Because William Ruto knows that he has a date with the Gen Zs. And he understands clearly that, and not just the Gen Zs, but the majority, all the Kenyans, William Ruto has a date with them. Number two, even when they announced that would have by-elections in Mbere, Malava, Machakos, and elsewhere, they never gazetted it as a public holiday for the affected constituencies or in place. And that was one means of suppressing voters. How many people who works in government or works in private sector whose salaries have been affected by the overtaxation of William Ruto would have wanted to go and cast a vote on that particular day? But he made sure that they are not available, and that is the work of the IBC. How did the IBC decide to allow violence on unmeasured scale to reign on the date of the elections? To date, the chairman of the IBC and the commission itself has not even given any report or even condemned what happened. So they have a lot of work to do to convince Kenyans that they have the capacity, they have the will, and they have the ability. They must earn public trust. Okay. But I do not see them earning public trust when you have somebody in the name of the CEO who oversaw what happened in 2022. So in my view, we need to clean the IBC, and cleaning the IBC means that we also need to refresh the secretariat. Remember, we have refreshed the commissioners, but the secretariat is as it was in 2022. Perhaps it could be the secretariat that is infecting and teaching bad manners to the commissioners. So the quicker we clean and refresh the secretariat, the better for Kenyans also.
Okay.
Yeah.
The video, I understand we have a couple of videos. Hebu pandisha hizo videos za mbere na hizi by elections zilikuwa zinafanyika. Let's see what was happening there.
8 days to the by-elections, former Deputy President and DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua has continued with his door-to-door campaigns in Mbeere North constituency. The battle for Mbeere North constituency is shaping up to be a heated contest between two deputies, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, with Newton Karish as the Democratic Party candidate and UDA's Leonard Wamuthende.
Mimi najua mumeamua kuchagua Karish, ndio? Kasongo na Karida wanasema wataiba kura yenu. Mimi nimekuja kusaidia nyinyi kulinda kura ya watu ya Momenje. Na mimi Rigiji mtoto ya Maumau, nitakaa hapa mpaka Karish atagaswe kama mjumbe wa Mbeere North.
Sio kukuja kuturingia hapa na kutuambia si vile uko na nguvu. Wewe na kuambia kwamba tumefika hapa, chuma chako kiko motoni, do what you can do. And be ready for you.
Two deputy presidents, Mbeere North constituency by-elections, acts as a litmus test for the battle over Mount Kenya leadership ahead of the 2027 elections. Reporting for Hotix KE, Magindumia.
So right now,
yes,
they're proposing a budget for about 61 billion.
Yes.
And this was some of the resources that the IEBC chairperson was trying to urge the parliament.
Yeah.
Iwapitishia for the upcoming 2027 elections.
Yes, yes.
And they're saying that this factor also might cripple the commission's ability to oversee the elections if they don't have the money.
Yes, that's true.
You've heard the story?
Yeah, I've heard the story.
What do you think of that?
One thing is that it is the responsibility of Kenyans to facilitate IBC.
Okay.
But they also have to justify that the 61 billion is what is needed for them to operationalize the activities of 2027. You know, I've told you that they're already suffering from trust deficit.
Yes.
They have not even shown us how they are going to apply the 61 billion that they are seeking to have. They have not laid bare the entire program, their procurement programs, their recruitment programs. So for them to come and say that we need 61 billion and they have not laid bare how it's going to be applied, I mean, Parliament has the responsibility of calling for accountability and also transparency in the manner in which commissions and independent offices are run. So if they say with facts and figures that 61 billion is what they need for them to operationalize the elections, I think it is independent for them, it's guaranteed for them to be given, because it's through that election that the sovereignty of the people will be determined and how people are going to exercise it. So that they may not then come back and say we were not facilitated. It is important that finances and funds be allocated for that purpose. In any case, Kasongo and his government, they are stealing much more than that. I saw from the papers the other day that 300 billion could not be accounted for. Yes, I saw. I think the Auditor General had indicated that. So let us allocate resources to the IBC if the allocation is justified, so they may not have the reason to blame us in the future.
Okay.
Remember, elections in this country are very sensitive. That election will make or break the country.
True.
Because if people decide that there is somebody who is deciding in advance, because one way of government rigging the election is frustrating the IBC by refusing to give it adequate allocation. So they frustrate their procurement, they frustrate their deployment and everything else. Let them allocate the resources that are deserving to the IBC for them to run a credible elections.
Okay.
And that's not a favor they are doing to them.
Davido, put for me a poll. Just write to Kenyans, do you trust IBC to deliver credible elections in 2027? Yes, no. Let's see. Let's do the dipstick. Let's see what Kenyans are thinking of our...
Yes, that would be very important poll.
Yeah, electoral board, because it's 1 year.
Yes, it's 1 year to the elections.
It's just 1 year.
And you can see they're not doing any preparations. I have not heard them do any preparations. Remember, during the time of Chebukati, he would keep on periodically informing and updating the country. This one, hata jina yake sijui, jina ya chairman mwenyewe. And not many people. Also ask a poll whether they know the name of the chairman. Utasikia hata wajui. Even the names of other commissioners, nobody knows them. Nobody.
Okay, so let's start with that one. Do you trust
because it's not engaging.
IBC to deliver credible
and whether they know the
elections
name of the chairman of the IBC.
Yeah, tutakuja tufanye hiyo majina. Yeah, do you feel like there's a conversation we were having a while ago on this platform about modes of communication that we are still using as a country?
Yeah.
The future is digital. Everything is digital.
Yes.
But our country still believes on gazette notice.
Yes.
Radio.
Yes.
TV.
Yes.
When was the last time you watched TV?
I don't know. I don't know the last time, because by the time I'm getting home, I'm alive to all the events that have unfolded in that.
But how do you get the information?
Digital. Digital.
So I think this should not even be a question. I think it's just common sense, because it's what everybody sees. We get all our information on our phones.
Absolutely.
But we find most from the government to some of these parastatals and the likes and the commissions and all of these electoral boards and the rest, they still disseminate information through old school means that even the Gen Zs don't bother about. But story for another day.
Well, I think they only need to be innovative, but there are some modes of communication that cannot just be eradicated. For example, the question of gazettement.
Yes.
Because that is a legal requirement.
No, so you do that. That's just gazettement.
Yes.
But now how you amplify.
Disseminate. Yes. How do you disseminate?
Yeah.
Trust me, William Ruto would not want to lead an informed country. He would wish people to remain in those cocoons of ignorance. Yeah. Okay.
While we're talking about IBC, let's bring IBCTZ in the picture. IBCTZ in the picture. Whatever has happened in Tanzania.
TZ,
Tanzania. What's your take on it?
My take on it is that it's a very unfortunate situation that has unfolded in Tanzania.
Yeah.
But it's not just unfortunate for Tanzania, it's equally unfortunate for this country and what is happening in the entire East Africa. The three presidents seems to be in a conspiracy to defeat democracy, human rights, and the free space for people to participate. If you look at what is happening in Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda, they seem to be sharing some notes. Some were Kenya.
Yeah.
If you look at the question of abduction, ikianza Tanzania, inafika Kenya, inafika Uganda. Wanatoka Uganda tena, wanafika Kenya, wanaenda Tanzania. They seem to be having a conspiracy to defeat democracy and to suppress the people. So in Tanzania, first of all, we do not know how many people up to date lost their lives. The government of Salah Suluhu has completely emasculated that process. Nobody knows how many people died. Had it not been for CNN today, we would not be where we are. And that is why, and you can see in complacency, William Ruto, even after a serious question electoral process, was quick to congratulate Suluhu. Because, they say, show me your friends and I'll tell you whom you are. When Museveni is abducting Kenyans, that is, what was his name? There are two gentlemen who had been abducted in Tanzania. Bob and the other gentleman, was he okay or somebody? William Ruto goes there to open allegedly a metal factory or something and never speaks about it. He has no guts to ask, lakini wewe umeniita hapa, vijana wangu wako wapi? He could not even ask because it's an East African conspiracy to defeat democracy. That is why we must join hands with the international community that is asking for proper and thorough investigations in Tanzania. If that investigation fails in Tanzania, Obinna, I am sure it is going to be replicated here in this country. But if we show an example that you cannot just commit crimes against humanity, genocide, and get away with it, then it will act as a deterrence measure. So we are asking the international community to apply the necessary pressure and make sure that Suluhu is charged before the ICC. So that this East African conspiracy, the chain may be broken. Look at what is happening in Uganda. Today as we speak, Besigye is still in custody. Was he not abducted here in this country? Did William Ruto's administration distance itself from it? Was our integrity not violated when the abduction happened here in Kenya? Don't you remember we had some Turkish who had sought for asylum here in Kenya as refugees? Were they not abducted from this soil? Has the William Ruto administration ever mentioned anything to do with it? When Mwangi Boniface was abducted in Tanzania, what did the Minister for Foreign Affairs say? What did he say? Oh, you Kenyans, you're taking bad manners to Tanzania. Look at how these people are responding to the plight of Kenyans. A government that is not able to secure its citizen is a government that has lost legitimacy. It begins by, first of all, securing their citizens, because a nation cannot be a nation without citizens. So if citizens have become vulnerable, they can be abducted by the foreign powers, and they're within your soils or outside their soils. What is the question? How does that speak to the foreign policy? Our relationship between East Africa. If we're looking at integration of the East Africans, we must then be able to question what is happening in our neighbors. Because if you see your neighbor's house burning, be ready. The fire may also spark fire in your house. So we are waiting for expediency to be initiated in the investigation for Suluhu, so that Suluhu, the situation can be a Suluhu for us in Kenya. If William Ruto is let free and nothing happens in Tanzania, you'll see it being replicated in this country. Because he's not ready to accept that Kenyans have decided that he's a one-term president. And that's why you saw him meeting violence through the police in Malava. Violence of unmeasured scale. Neither the government, not even the IG of police, has distanced himself from that violence. To date, no investigation has been initiated. Even the office of the ODPP, even with the power under Article 157, to direct the IG to commence investigations on those situations, is mum. They are mute of malice. They are not speaking about it. So we are living in a situation whereby all government structures have been held captive by the current administration. And that is a tragedy, Obinna, for this country, if nothing is going to be done. And that's why I'm saying we must now call upon the international community to help us stabilize our democracy, because the institutions within have been held captive. And he's not just holding the institutions captive. He's also using the system to inflict fear to Kenyans. And that's why we ourselves, those people who believe in the possibility of change, are saying that there's nothing to fear but fear itself. And that we shall not allow fear to hold us captive or to be enslaved by fear. Because that is the strategy they are using. And hence the intimidation of the voters in the by-elections.
You know, you're famously known as the impeachment lawyer.
Yes.
Hauna uoga.
There's nothing to fear but fear itself. I cannot allow fear to hold me captive.
Okay.
I cannot be a slave of fear.
Okay.
You know, if Dedan Kimathi, a man whom I admire, and in whose spirit I'm inspired, if he had not had the courage to face Her Majesty government, today we would not be waiting for the 12th of December, Jamhuri Day. It took the courage of those people of those days to fight colonialism for us to be where we are today. It has taken the initiative of individuals, even the multi-party democracy. It took the courage of people like Martha Karua, the courage of people like Kitobu Imanyara, the courage of people like Paul Mwite, the courage of people like Matiba, the courage of people like Kiraito Murungi, and name them, for us to be where we are today. It equally took the courage of men and women for us to have a new constitution which we pride ourselves for. Had Martin Luther King, or not even Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks in 1957, had she not stood against the municipal bus management, today the blacks in America would still be in captivity. It took the courage of that woman, Rosa Parks, to start the movement that has liberated the Americans, the black Americans to date, to the extent that one of them has even gone to the Oval House, Rosa Parks. It took 26 years of imprisonment of Nelson Mandela for Kenya to be, for South Africa to be where it is today. People like Chris Hani for that country to be where it is today. So we have good examples that we can learn from, of people who did what was right to be done at that particular time.
So that's the courage you have.
And we are encouraging Kenyans to come out and defend their democracy, defend their constitution. It equally takes you courage to invite people like us here, knowing that your system can be shut down because of perhaps of the content that may go out there through your platform. You're also a courageous man.
Okay, you would say that. But sometimes when I call you guys to sit down, I don't know what you're going to be saying. Then you say stuff and you put me in problems. I sat down here with Seth Panyako last week.
Yes.
Ooh, he came guns. I don't know, he was ready to, anyway.
You know, if you're a coward, you would not have invited, you would not have staged this show.
There's also that part as well.
Yeah, so you are also a courageous man. And you know, there are very many courageous women, men and women out there, all playing in different spaces with one agenda of stabilizing this country, redeeming this country, and getting this country back to the path where our forefathers expected, where when we enacted the new constitution expected. There are men and women who are fighting the fight that is oriented to our aspirations, wishes, and our norms. People are out there fighting in different spaces.
Legendary, he's saying on the comment section.
And absolutely, you will not also discount the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
The courage they demonstrated on the 25th of June last year is encouraging.
Okay.
And so we are telling them they should not lose hope. We must keep the fire burning. There is work to be done. Let us fold our sleeves. And we're not doing it for our own gains. We are doing it for our own selfish gains. It's because of us all. For example, for me, I'm not doing it because I am desirous of even having a political seat. No. What drives me is the desire to have a country that you can bequeath to your children. And one of my policy is that we cannot afford to fail ourselves and fail the current generation and the future generation. At least one of us has to succeed. Either we succeed or we make it easy and possible for the future generation to succeed, or we all succeed. But we cannot afford to fail all of us.
Okay.
Cowardice is an invitation to fail. Uoga is an invitation to fail. Is one step towards failure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Legendary 38 is saying on the comment section, I will not vote.
When you say you'll not vote, you're voted.
But they're saying they don't trust the IBC because the poll is over there, but they keep voting on the poll. So far, so good. Do you trust IBC to deliver credible elections in 2027? Yes is 18%, no is 82%.
Can you see?
So they don't have trust in IBC at the moment.
Yes, you can see.
And there are people who are saying, because I don't have trust in IBC, I'm not going to vote. What would you say to such people?
That's a very, it's a moment that calls for a serious self-introspection, both inwardly and outwardly, in the sense that that person is not that he's not desirous of voting. If he was granted an opportunity by the IBC, by proving its credibility, he would be in the ballot voting. So you can see the inability of the IBC to promise a credible election, how it will affect our response. So, and perhaps that is one of the strategies they have. So we are saying, and it's very, very telling, and I hope the chairman of the IBC, whose name I cannot understand, I do not know, needs to see these polls. 82% is not a small poll of vote of no confidence. It's not a small poll. So they must win the trust and the confidence of Kenyans. And they have, so far, they have scored 82%, a lack of confidence.
Okay.
But I will encourage people to vote.
Even with a broken system?
Even with a broken system.
Go vote.
We must go out and vote. Because that is the only way we can express ourselves. Okay. That's the only way we can be able to remove that broken system from power. Remember, we do not want people to resort into extra constitutional means of fixing government. But if people are frustrated, if institutions frustrate the people, and the people lose confidence in them, then you can even see people going the way of Nepal. It's as a result of a broken system that the Nepalese decided to result into taking power or exercising the sovereignty directly.
Yeah.
And the IBC should not underestimate Kenyans. Kenyans understand the Constitution, and they understand the available tools in that Constitution. One of the available tools in the Constitution is found under Article 1. That sovereignty, power belongs to the people, and they shall exercise their sovereignty either directly or indirectly. Indirectly is where the IBC is participating in overseeing a credible, secure, free, fair, transparent election. In the absence of such a promise, there is also the possibility of exercising power directly, where you disregard the existing institutions and decide to act directly. And of course, that other avenue, the available tool, is Article 37. That Article 37 allows Kenyans, where institutions have failed, to exercise their power directly by either picketing or even demonstrating. And that's why we are saying Article 37 grants Kenyans an alternative avenue or tool of holding government to account. Why is it that the Gen Zs went out on the 25th of June last year? They went out because the house that was mandated to enhance, ensure accountability, transparency, and oversight over the executive failed them. If Parliament listened to the voices of the dissenting voices of the people, people like Mark Masai would not have died. Abductions would not have been there. But Kenyans refused to sit and watch their country go to the dogs. IBC should not sit pretty and think that those tools and mechanisms will not be available for Kenyans. Because I do not see Kenyans agreeing to a president whose election has been questioned being sworn in. Sioni wa Kenya wakikubali rais ambaye atakuwa amechaguliwa kwa njia ambayo sio halali na ya kikatiba akiapishwa. Sioni.
Okay.
I do not see.
But so basically you've come out strongly. You don't support the president.
No, I don't support him.
But you support Rigiji.
I don't support Rigiji. I support the opposition because
the opposition
they prescribe to the ideals that I prescribe to.
Okay.
Yes, so the united opposition is not about an individual.
So,
and by the way, I'm not even a member of DCP.
Okay.
I am a member of Wiper Patriotic Front, which is working with like-minded political parties.
Okay.
Yes.
So your biggest support is not for Rigiji?
My biggest support is to all the opposition.
All the opposition
leaders.
united.
Yes.
And a lot of people are also having this conversation that I also personally see.
Yes.
We are moving the same people across board.
Yes.
For example, Rigiji was the government, stepped out, went to the other side, started hitting the government. There's a time where Kalonzo was the government.
Yes.
There's a time where Matiang'i was the government.
Yes.
And goes on and on and on and on.
Absolutely.
But now, since Kalonzo, Matiang'i, Rigiji, they are not in government. Now they're ones now oversighting the government, saying, yeah, you guys are not doing the right thing. Why are you not doing this? This government is bad. This government is going to go one term. And when they were in the government, they were silent.
I'm following.
Yeah. Same situation with ODM.
Yes.
Baba, before he left us, government is not doing this thing. Government should stop doing this thing. Government should stop killing people and everything. And then they set foot in the government.
Yes.
Sisi tuko broad-based.
Yes.
Sisi tuna support broad-based.
Sisi tuko hapo. Sisi iko hapo.
Sisi Ruto akisema left.
Yes.
Ruto akisema right.
Yes.
I sat down here with Waziri for Blue Economy.
Yes.
Mining, CS Joho.
Yes.
And I asked him about the time where he used to say the president was a liar and the president was this. And I was like, but right now you're working with him. And he said,
yes.
Rais si mwongo. Rais mzuri kabisa. Sijaona mtu mtakatifu kama rais. So, don't you see it is a chess game we are being played for us, the citizens, because it's the same people?
For one thing for me, I've been very, very consistent. Predictably consistent.
But the team you're supporting is the same people.
I never voted for Uhuru Kenyatta in 2013.
Yes. Okay.
I never voted for him in 2017. I never voted for him in the repeat elections. If you followed me, I was one of the greatest critics of Uhuru Kenyatta. That tells you that we have people, men and women, who can be principled. In all those elections, I voted for Raila Odinga. And I'm laying it bare, it should be a secret. That tells you I am not where I am today and doing what I am doing today because William Ruto is a president. I am doing what I'm doing because we must pursue good governance in this country. Let me answer the question of the Rigijis and the Kalonzos.
Okay.
You know, had those gentlemen gone silent, if they were mute, what we are talking today would be speaking about a different issue. For example, abductions would never have stopped. It took their initiative to condemn that abduction. for William Ruto to stop the process of abduction. They are out there today fighting corruption, screaming to the high heavens. Today they are speaking about the sale, the obscure and opaque sale of Safaricom. So at a particular time, there must be a voice in the wilderness. And we need to judge them by not what they were, but what they are today. They are out fighting for good governance, accountability, transparency, the reign of the rule of law, the inclusion of the people, the participation of the people, equality in the distribution and the allocation of resources, equity in the manner in which we respond to our plights. They are all speaking about SHA, that SHA is not working. If SHA is, they are not speaking because they have no capacity to address their medical plights. They have. But they are speaking on behalf of the small mwananchi who is voiceless. They are only amplifying the voice of the majority. So to me, I would credit them. I would encourage them to continue speaking and to make sure that when they get into government, they don't behave like the person they were criticizing. And I'm sold that the next government that will be formed will be a government that will be responsive to the plight of the people, to a government that will oversee the implementation of the rule of law and our constitutionalism. Constitutionalism means that they will respect institutions, and I've heard Rigiji say that elect among yourself good leaders, people who are credible. That's a person who is focusing on having a parliament that has a voice. The other day when he was hosted by the Gema Wadho, he challenged the lawyers present, and I was present, that they should go out and contest for political seats because he's looking for quality other than quantity. William Ruto in 2022 was looking for quantity other than quality. And that is why you can see we have members of parliament who can hardly express themselves. Don't speak about the senator for Embu County. Don't speak about him. Because William Ruto was looking for quantity other than quality. Because quantity will assist him in pursuing the mischief that he's currently pursuing. But if he had quality, the quality would act as a stopgap measure. So when Rigiji speaks, when I hear Kalonzo Musyoka speak, they are speaking to one's quality other than quantity. Because if you have quality, it matters not which side of political party you come from. Why? Because our constitutional architecture is designed in a manner that both majority and minority in government, both majority and minority in parliament are supposed to oversee the executive. And you cannot oversee the executive if you do not have quality legislators. And that's why I'm encouraging any person out there who has quality to go and contest for this election. Why? Because the Constitution contemplates a scenario where there is cyclonization of political parties in the parliament on the question of oversight. So quality that should be the call other than quantity.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
You voted for Baba.
Yes.
Not once, not twice.
Yes.
You believed in Baba.
Absolutely.
You followed Baba. Baba's word was the law for you.
No,
like,
no.
Not
no,
like
I
in the practical sense.
Yes.
Like you trusted the guy.
I believed in his ideals.
You believed in his ideals
Yes.
and his ideologies and also his manifesto.
Yes.
So when you joined the government, did you join the government?
No, I never did.
So that's where he left you.
Hapo ndio tuliachana.
So Baba aliingia broad based toka baki
Mimi
nje.
niko tu pale pale tu.
Kakimbizana na kina DCP.
Hao ndio walinipata. They found me in this process.
In the process.
Yes.
Yeah. Since you're on the
And
United
of course,
Opposition.
we were left out with His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka.
Okay.
He also equally never joined government because he does not believe in the ideals of this government.
We will talk about your Nini for Kalonzo. I know you adore the man.
No. Don't use that word adoring. I believe in his ideologies. Not the question of adoring.
Okay.
Yes.
And
the ideology of the political party.
Umeruka haraka.
Kwa sababu, you know, I am not a bootlegger myself.
Wewe.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way, but it's fine. So we'll come to Kalonzo in a minute. Let's wrap up with this united opposition first. So, at the moment, united opposition have not given us a political leader like the head who's going to vie for presidency.
Yes.
So if Rigiji is the one who's fronted to vie for presidency, you're going to vote for him?
If the united opposition decides that Rigiji will be the presidential candidate.
Yes or no question.
Let me explain.
Don't wakilirize us.
And of course, I know I'll answer that question if you subsequently put another question, if it will be Matiang'i, or if it will be Martha Karua or Kalonzo.
Sawa, but let's start with Rigiji.
I'll vote for any person who the united opposition will front. And as long as that person inclines to our ideals, I'll vote for that person. Even if the united opposition says Obinna will be our presidential candidate, I'll vote for you if you incline to the ideals. And may I tell you the ideals? The ideals that we prescribe to is the ideal of the rule of law, the ideal of constitutionalism, the ideals of democracy, the ideal of respect for institutions, the ideals of respect for human rights.
Okay.
You know, accountability, transparency, equity, social justice, participation of the people are the ideals that we prescribe to, the ideals that we find themselves in Article 10 of our Constitution.
Okay.
Good governance. If today you come and you are appointed as a presidential candidate for the united oppositions, and you prescribe to the ideals and Article 10, trust me, I'll vote for you. If today you come and tell me, Ndegwa, I'll be the presidential candidate and my manifesto is the Constitution of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, I'll vote for you. I'll not vote for any person who does not take the Constitution as his beginning point. The Constitution must be the first manifesto that any person who wants to change this country must prescribe to.
Okay.
Yes.
In 2025, Malindi High Court,
yes,
there was a controversy
yes.
Where you faced scrutiny after Justice Mugure ordered, Muragi ordered investigations by DCI,
yes,
and they allegedly accused you of false testimony.
No, not false testimony.
Yeah,
it was an accusation that I participated in coaching witnesses.
Okay,
which is not true. And of course, we have launched an appeal against the decision of Justice Thande. But you know, the controversy is larger than that. The controversy emanated from sale of villas in Watamu.
Okay.
It must be known that in Watamu, the area is largely populated by foreigners of Italian origin. All those persons purporting to own land there have no titles. They buy properties, but government does not process titles for them. And while that case was still going on, you had the Minister of Lands addressing that question of the titles. So the controversy emerges from where my client purchases property worth millions of shillings. Titles are not processed. There is no possibility of them ever being processed because even the person who sold them did not have title. So other than that, the Ministry of Lands needs to investigate what is happening in Watamu.
Okay.
So we have appealed against that judgment, that ruling, and the matter is pending in court. Perhaps I may not have much more comment on it because of the sub judice rule. But most importantly is what is happening in that part of our country.
Okay.
That foreigners are being swindled.
Okay.
Billions and billions of shillings.
Okay.
Most of the cases currently involving that area have piled up in court, holding billions and billions of money. Yeah.
All right. Because now the reason I was bringing that, you're talking about the type of person that you would...
Integrity, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
and I was like, if you're talking about integrity, there was this situation that was happening over here involving...
That does not impeach my integrity at all.
Okay, so that does not...
It doesn't impeach.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of integrity, is this why you're always involved in impeachment cases? You know, like the impeachment nini?
Yes. You know, I have told you, I am a strong believer, a stickler to the law.
Okay.
I have consistently, any part of my speech begins by the Constitution and the rule of law. And I'm telling you, Obinna, if we were to implement just 80% of our Constitution, 80% of our Constitution, and 80% of the laws that we have enacted in this country will have sorted out 80% of the problems in this country. Let me give you a small example. Look at the way government procures. There is what is called the Public Procurement and Disposal Act, an instrument that is used to procure of services, goods and services in government. It is in procurement that corruption thrives. Why? Because the procuring entity does not want to follow what the law says because they want kickbacks. For example, today, if Nairobi County procures for legal services, and that's why I never work for Nairobi County anymore. Today, a lawyer who has represented the Nairobi County in any of the cases, you will not be paid of your legal fees until you part with 40% of your fees. Yes, that's what is happening.
Wapi?
Hiyo ndio inafanyika.
In Nairobi?
Here too, hapa tu. If you want to be paid, part with 40%.
Like it's like a rule.
It's hata unaenda kwa street unaambia wakili kama unataka kulipwa toa 40%.
So for example,
yes,
wakili, let's say ume defend county a certain matter. Let's use an approximate figure. Labda unalipwa mita moja.
Yeah. If you don't part with 40%, fee yako inawekwa kwa pending bills. You'll never be paid.
Yako imeifanywa hivyo?
I have fees there. I've never sought for it because I cannot participate in that process.
Utaki kupeana 40%?
No, instead of going to 40%, I have taxed them. I've gone to court to tax because the court can help me participate in it. But if you find a lawyer who is being paid in Nairobi County, he has parted with 40%. I don't want to speak about other counties because I do not know. I want to speak about the county that I know. That, you see now, you've procured services, but you are using that means to perpetuate corruption. Let me give you another example. William Ruto has just gone out in public saying how he wants to make this country a Singapore.
Yeah.
In his path to Singapore, he says, I am going to float an infrastructure fund. He goes to Limuru and purports to launch the construction of the Limuru-Lironi Mau
Summit
Road.
Why do you say purport? Why use this? Siadi launch barabara.
Nitakuja hapo. I was on that route. On Friday, I traveled by road all the way to Kitale. Nilifika pale Kikuyu, Limuru, nikaona tinga 4 peke yake zikicheza na mchanga.
Sisi imeanza kufanya
hizo tinga 4 ndio zinafaa kujenga hiyo ndio carriage all the way to Mau Summit.
But that's not expert in road construction.
I am not an expert, but I know the equipment that are supposed to be mobilized. The equipment that have been mobilized have no capacity of constructing the magnitude of the road that has been exhibited to us.
Launch.
Yeah, so ziko hapo zinacheza na mchanga cha baba na cha mama pole pole zinacheza hapo na mchanga cha baba na cha mama. That's what is happening. But now that's not even my issue I want to address, Obinna. I want to address the infrastructure fund, the construction of that road vis-a-vis the sale of Safaricom. We have been told that this will be a public-private partnership.
Yes.
PPP.
Yes.
In a public-private partnership process, the scope of each party must be known. Today, we do not know the role the government will play in that partnership and the role the private partner will play. It should be laid bare for Kenyans to know, because William Ruto is not constructing a road within Sugoi home. Hii ni barabara ya Wakenya. And therefore, he cannot just be hiding hiyo maneno kama bangi kwa mfuko. It should be laid bare.
Okay.
But now, here is a controversy. We are being told Safaricom and other government entities are being privatized so that they can finance the construction or they can contribute to the infrastructure fund. Yet we are told that that road is a private partnership, public-private partnership. So why should government sell the Safaricom shares to pump money in a project where they already have an equity partner?
Si nusu.
So contribution ya serikali ni gani na ni ngapi kiasi gani na ya private partner ni gani?
Si mutajua.
Number two, why should Kenyans be called upon to pay in a toll station for the use of the road which their own government has invested in? Remember, my tax is there. So why should my tax be allowed to be used to facilitate a private investor create wealth and continue to charge me without factoring my contribution in terms of taxes? That is why public-private partnership is hogwash, because it does not factor the government contribution. For example, look at the expressway. Expressway is a public-private partnership. But members of the public, I included, are charged to utilize that road without factoring the government's contribution on that particular road. The other thing is, who audits those public-private partnership projects? They are not subject to the Auditor General. Yet, government has a direct investment in it. So who takes care of the government investment in those structures? You understand, Obinna?
Nakupata.
Why we must have a government that is responsive and accountable to the people. So it's a means of enriching themselves. Why should Safaricom's shares be sold to pump money in a project where you already have an equity partner? Why?
So you don't believe in...
It's theft.
Hata Thika Superhighway kwanza tumeambiwa.
Yeah.
A few days ago, the president promised to do all the Thika Superhighway.
You know, Mr. William Ruto, I love his imaginations. Imaginations that are not backed up with empirical possibilities. Imaginations that are not backed up with facts and figures. He's a very fast talker. A fast talker to impress the people, to project himself as the best thing ever to happen in Kenya after the sliced bread, to project himself as a solution that Kenyans were waiting for, you know, to project himself as the brightest man ever to walk on under the sun, so that he can, you know, he thrives in his own glory and self-aggrandizement. You know, Kenyans are concerned about very small things which are not being done. The accountability of their taxes. Kenyans are concerned about how do you expend our taxes? How do you implement our taxes? Are you faithful to the small things that are given unto you? Are you accountable to us? You know, Obinna, Kenyans will support any infrastructure development if they are convinced that the government is a responsible government. They will not even complain. But look, today, Ndegwa Njiru just told us that they even want in advance to create a facility, I'll call it a facility in a simpler term, on the affordable housing taxations. They're already borrowing on the basis of that affordable house tax. The affordable house tax was not supposed to create a fund upon which you can use it as collateral for borrowing. But that's what they are doing today. That is what they have done to your fuel levy. Yet, they are not able to pay teachers. Before you tell us you want to construct and make Kenyans a Singapore, Kenya will not be made a Singapore by idiots and imbeciles. It will be made a Singapore by people who have acquired the requisite skills. And for us to acquire these requisite skills, we need our lecturers back in class so they can teach an engineer, teach a person like Obinna to acquire a first class, and implement that first class towards the growth of the economy. And that is what Lee Kuan Yew did in Singapore. You cannot create Kenyan as a Singapore with a weak manpower. You look at what's happening in our education system. Today, when schools will be opening, the private schools, the day schools, parents will be required to pay 11,000 for your child to access classes. What used to be given to us for free is now being taxed, is now being monetized. When you make it difficult for the citizens and the population to access education, then you cannot start speaking about the path to Singapore. Look at the quality of education. Today, the CBC, nobody understands the CBC. I had the SAT for exams. I don't know after those exams wataenda wapi. So where should the larger investment be? Should it be in the growth and the development of manpower, or should it be in the construction of our roads? Look at even when you go out there to construct roads, who are doing it? It's the Chinese. As if this country has not trained enough engineers. So we are in a catch-22. It's only us, Obinna, who are able to liberate ourselves.
Like I always tell every other person that I host here,
yes,
and is very vocal about what the government is not doing right.
Yes.
I always ask them, what is the government doing right? At least we give them their flowers.
What is government doing right?
Yes. Because amidst all, even a broken clock is right sometimes once or twice a day.
What is government doing right?
Yeah, what is government doing right? Because we'll speak about, they've failed on this one, they've not done this one. But we are alive, right?
Can that be a poll?
It can't be a poll because...
a poll?
No, it can't be a poll because it doesn't have just a yes and no. It has a lot of other many...
Yes.
Yes.
When I try to assess what this government is doing right, mimi ninaona zero, naona sufuri, nothing. For example, it's not the health sector. The public health sector has collapsed.
Okay.
Look at Linda Mama. There was an insurance that helped Kenyans to mitigate on the mortality rate.
Okay.
Today, Linda Mama was eradicated. Women are suffering in the maternities. They're not able to access the best of the healthcare system.
What are they doing right?
Mimi sioni kitu wanafanya right. Zero.
Okay.
The only thing that he has done right, and it's after calling me out, is that he has minimized the abductions. He has minimized the extrajudicial killings. I think that's the only thing that he has done.
Calling you out?
Sorry?
Calling you out?
You're calling him out.
Okay.
We have called him out. That has made him minimize the extrajudicial killings and the abductions.
Okay. Let me know on the comment section. I'm going to be reading. I know I've seen a couple of people in the comment section writing two-time, kumi bila break and everything. Tafadhali, let me know what is our government doing right.
Wacha waseme.
Yes, because unajua tukileta team ya United Opposition.
Yes.
Wataona tu kila kitu yenye ni mbaya.
Mimi sioni.
Na sasa kuna wale wenye hawako United Opposition wenye wataona hiyo kitu yenye imefanyika.
What is it that he's doing right? Is it the hustlers funds where there is no accountability? Is it the market that he went out?
Hustlers fund, affordable housing, farmers, Talanta stadiums right
but
now.
The Talanta stadium is a scam. It's a scam
Barabara
by itself.
imetengenezwa.
Gani? Zipi? Wapi? Where? Anyway, let Kenyans help me answer that question.
Kenyans
if they
tafadhali.
convince me that something is being done right, I'll be sold.
Okay.
I'll be sold.
Haya, mtu ambapo andika employing the youth. Felix
Which youths?
Msumbufu.
Which youths? Which one? When our
There's a program
manufacturing...
they've brought,
Yeah.
like Kazi Mtaani.
Yeah.
Yes. Davido, your program inaitwaje? The one
Here,
similar
Nyota.
to... It's called Greenworks.
Clean
Yeah.
works.
Kuna
Clean.
kazi yenye ime replace Kazi Mtaani.
Yes.
Kuna hiyo.
Na kuna ile kazi majuu pia usikusahau kusema.
Ehe.
Sasa ujue kazi majuu, our youths and our Kenyans are being taken to the battlefront in Russia. In a war that is foreign to us. We don't even understand
Those
it.
are just Kenyans who are in the military.
No, but they
are just taking random
no, today the
people
paper
there.
exposed it. The nation today exposed it. And they give a very elaborate count by count of people who don't even know how to hold a knife. But they're in the battle, hata runga wajui kushika. But they're in the battlefront fighting a foreign war. How do they leave this country? Is there no accountability
wakili.
mechanism? Yes. Yes.
Hakimu unasemanga vitu mbaya.
Wallahi, that is what is happening. Mtu hata hajaishika hata rungu
Hakimu
hivi.
kiamwanga kupiga government. Munapiga tu government.
Yeah, but how did they leave for Russia?
Ati watu wamechukuliwa tu
Mtu hata hajaishika rungu.
amepelekwa kwa war front.
Hata hajashika rungu.
Ah,
That's what the papers are saying today. Yet you say there's something that the government is doing right. Which one? If it is not able to be accountable and protect its citizens.
haya.
Look at what is happening in Saudi. Our youths are being tortured,
Kenyan
enslaved.
practical jokers anasema the government has new connection with Trump. Nakil Omar, Shah is working.
Yes.
New Day Channel anasema employment of teachers. By the way, we also saw that one.
How many of them? How many? Kazi wanasema ati affordable housing imeajiri vijana.
Hapo kwa mjengo.
Wangapi? Have you had even the impact of this affordable housing? Has it changed the economy of this in an area where that affordable housing is being done? They did some in Kenyaga town where I come from. We have not even had we don't even know who was constructing them. There was the impact was zero.
Kevin Otieno, Buana, I took my shows to hospital for surgery. Shah is working. Don't be fooled by this genetics. Alipeleka shosho yake na Shah ikalipia shosho yake.
Well, he must have been lucky. He must have been lucky. Today, perhaps that day, the whole thing was working.
Climate works. Anasema yes, they go to be trained in Russia to join military. Yes, unaona.
Okay, that's good one.
Wanasema employment of 100,000 teachers in 3 years.
Okay, but where are they? Where are they? Where is the impact in the society?
Felix Msumbufu, the president is sharing the little he has. Sergeant Oduorim Kenya, Ruto alifanya vizuri pande wa NSSF kwa wanyonge kuongeza 6% contribution between employee and employer. Nyota program.
Yes, but what is the impact? The sustainability of it all, because
Si ndio zimeanza.
but you know, we also look at the sustainable development of anything that is being done. What is the sustainability of that thing? It's being done for political expediency, other than the desire to change the lives of those individuals affected. And that's where you get it wrong. You should, because political expediency is a very temporary engagement. But if you do something for posterity, you will consider the question of sustainability of that project. So this Nyota thing is a means of trying to quell the dissatisfaction and the discomfort among the youths. And how many of them have actually benefited? You have so many youths here in this studio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ask them, these 9 youths here, any of them who is a beneficiary of that Nyota thing? They are here. Ask him. Ask them, they're here.
Are you guys beneficiaries of Nyota?
Ask them. Hawa ndio hawa.
But Nyota
Your
ni
own
akina nani?
employees.
But Nyota ni akina nani? Them, they don't need Nyota, they are employed.
Your own
Nyota
employees.
si ni ya kwanza biashara.
Who says that an employed person cannot start a business? Who said? These ones, 9 of them. Hakuna hata mtu anajua hiyo nyota ni nini. Ungeuliza mwanajua nyota, pengine watakwambia zile wanaonanga huko angani. Pengine wanazijua, wanazielewa. Hii serikali haina form, haina hata rada, haina, it's zero, randares.
Aya. Davido, I think we need to open the phone lines.
Ask Davido ama,
Okay.
ama yeye mwenyewe.
Sasa, because now tuko na...
Usifungue simu nyingi sana.
No, kama tano tu. Like about phone calls. 5 phone calls.
Yes.
Wale wenye wana support government, just call us and tell us what the government has done for you. Because unajua pia nikisoma mtu atasema Obinna anasoma vitu zake. Piga tu seme government imefanya hivi na hivi na hivi. All right? I'm going to give you guys the number that you're going to call. I'm going to give you guys the number that you're going to call. Then also when you come back, we're also going to be talking with Wakili here on what is happening. One, on the ODM side, we've seen a lot of things happening on that side. Also in the Senate, naona unapelekana na Governor Waiguru toe to toe. Tunataka kuona nini nafanyika hiyo side.
Yeah.
Because huko pia naona very soon, soon and very soon, mambo inaenda kuchemuka. Then also your cross examinations are normally very... they go viral.
Asante.
Sana. Sasa sijui unapanganga bloggers unaambia leo.
No.
Nimeresearch.
Hata si
Kujeni nataka kumuuliza maswali moto. Ukishaka miwani hivi.
Let me tell you.
Tunarudi.
Okay.
Yes. Also, I'm getting the number. I'm going to give you the phone number that you're going to call. I just want 5 people. Na ukipiga niambia tu, bro, gava imenifanyia A, B, C, D na sisi area yetu tuko sawa because of this and this and this and this. Wale wenye gava haijafanya msipige. Nyinyi mko wengi. Sasa nyinyi hata wacha tuseme at least gava imefanya nini. Because kuna wale wanasema economy iko stable, economy is thriving, nini. Sasa ipiga tuambie gava inasaidia vipi.
And I like the way you umesema wale wajafanya wasipige.
Hao ni wengi. So unaona hata hii poll tumeweka hapa ya IBC. For now we already have 2,000 votes. Do you trust IBC to deliver credible elections? No is 80%.
And you know, by the way, most of the samplings zile zinafanyangwa within that sample, 2,000, 2,500. So that's a very credible scientific poll.
Wow, we have 2,010 votes.
Yes.
Yes, 20%, no is 80%. So if 80% of 2,000 people don't trust IBC to deliver credible elections, okay, we're going to be talking about that one. But for now, let me talk to you guys on the holiday season. You have a machine, it brings a problem, and you're thinking of where to take it. The best place to go to is Range Rover Center, then Westlands, just next to the expressway. Peleka machine yako pale, kama ni Benz, kama ni Range, kama ni Audi, kama ni BMW, they're gonna fix it for you. Check this out.
Wow, are your walls looking plain and uninspired? Transform your space with premium wall panels, elegant marble PVC with stunning backlighting, and modern floating TV stands. All designed to give your home a luxurious, timeless finish. At Mr. Frames Kenya, we offer top quality designs at unbeatable prices. Whether you're going to a classic or modern look, we've got the perfect solution for your home or office. Call or WhatsApp us today on 0705 759 102 or connect with us on social media. Mr. Frames Kenya. Mr. Frames Kenya, where style meets affordability.
So guys, we are in Kitengela and we are starting something very beautiful, something that we've not done before. Look at it, We are selling a project that has got an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a beautiful school next to us, and just look behind me. We have a beautiful clubhouse. What we've done is we are still on the ground. Look at the kind of houses that our customers have built. Yeah, wonderful houses. This is a new customer building, and about 85% of clients have built. Just imagine that 2.49 can give you a gated community with a clubhouse and a school already operating within the community, and the beacons are clear. Come on a piece of this. What will you be waiting for at only 2.49? And this can only be from Hyssop Properties, culture of trust. Well, this is called Palm Ridge by Hyssop Properties, and it's wonderful. God bless you.
You have to turn me on here for me to even be wet for you. Like, his brain is hapa ko top. By the way, on a serious note, hapa.
Thank you. Mafrumbanya. Aya, sawa, enough.
Well, okay.
You know,
Inua tu juu kidogo.
I love legit things. Maluo man.
Oh,
Yeah.
kwani Wajaluo wali change?
I want someone.
Tunaendelea tu. Amerudi.
All right. Ndo nataka kuwapatia namba sasa. Yetu ndakuwa ni live.
Tusikie hiyo rada venye inaingiana.
Nilikuwa nimeenda kutafuta Miles. Dapa, nitie Miles hapo kidogo.
Wacha wase, nasikia wanasema wase wapige tenje.
Yes.
Wacha wachape hiyo tenje tusikie.
Miles, tusaidie na hiyo simu ya nini? Iko wapi?
Ama inapigwa na wale wase wajafanyiwa kitu na gava. Ndio wanapigwa wamejamisha system.
Umoja kwa wapi? But sio hiyo namba watu watakuwa nao watakusumbua. Haya. So you bring them. That's even the best. All right, while that is happening, I just want to let you know that we are having Wakili with us. Ndegwa Njiru is in the house, and we're talking a lot of situations that are happening in the country. Very interesting, gentlemen. And also, if you want to do something interesting this holiday, we are doing our Obinna Orphanage Christmas. I want you to join us, all right? We're going back to Mwiki. We're going back to Blessed Assurance Children's Home on the 22nd of December. There's a number on that flyer on the screen. WhatsApp it so you can come and be part of it. Hizo manguo zenye watu wako wavai, ama just want to buy new ones. Kaunga, kasukari, kamafuta nini, goes a long way to put a smile on a child's face. Or even if you don't have, come let's play with the kids. You just show up. Watoto wanapendanga sana wageni, by the way. Unaweza come tu bila kusema unajua kwetu kuna wageni. Just come, let's go play with the orphans, all right? So mark the date.
Ni siku gani hiyo?
22nd.
Sinda kupanga.
Nipange mazi.
Kupanga kiasi.
Asante. Asante. Wakili for president. Wakili ndani.
Ndani. Nitakupanga.
Wakili tena.
Nitakupanga.
Unanipanga? Asante, unaweza tusaidia sana. Unasaidia sana.
Na unajua wasi nani alikuwa anasema akona rada yao.
Nani?
The less fortunate kwa society. Kasongo alikuwa amesema kona rada.
Wow.
Ana story.
Wow, Wakili. Yani I'm talking about unosha leta tena president anachukua stray bullet kwa maorphans.
Nakwambia some of these things zile zinafanyika katika hii nchi will not be having such kind of issues. Kwa sababu gani?
Orphans. Sasa president na orphans unapatania wapi?
Kunafaa kuwa na credible social security system. A credible one. Ile ina respond to the challenges of such kind of individuals. There should be a fund for them because we know they exist. If you have a fund for the old, if you have a fund for the disabled, why can't you have a fund for them? We should have a fund for them. In developed democracies, hizo stories hazifanyikangi. So, but we have been forced to turn our less fortunate individuals in our society into beggars by the system.
Okay. Haya.
Na ni vizuri ulize, hata ungeuliza ni watu gani gava imefanyia kazi. Uliza wale wa mama waliambiwa watapewa diapers, ni wangapi wamepewa? Uliza kitu practical.
Wacha kurigi election na fanya sahi hapa.
I'm not rigging. Unajua alisema, yeye mwenyewe ndiye alisema atapenda mpaka diapers. Akasema utakuwa unapiga tenje na hakuna credit. Uliza ni wangapi wanapiganga hiyo tenje siku hizi. Uliza.
Nyie hamku understand president. Alisema utakuwa unapiga tenje na hakuna credit, but hakusema utakuwa unapiga na naenda.
By the way unasema hivyo.
Unaweza piga bado hata kama ina credit.
Hatukushika rada.
Nyinyi kidogo aliwaacha nyuma kidogo. Now, wacha mimi nifanye poll yangu wakili. Hii ni yangu, hii ni dipstick yangu.
Alafu mimi nifanyie pia moja. Wale wa mama waliambiwa watapewa diapers, ni wangapi wamereceive?
Tuanze kwanza. David umpata namba? Umepatiwa namba? All right.
Na pia wapige simu.
So call that number for the ones who are supporting two-term. Just let me know, Obinna ni aje? Mina support two-term because president amefanya ABCD. Ama this government has done ABCD. Ama A. Mngine aseme B, mngine aseme C, mngine aseme D. I'm just looking for 5 phone calls peke yake. Nambari umeweka kwa screen the video? Yes, tafadhali piga hiyo number. That's the only thing I'm asking for because wakili Ndegwa hapa yeye anasema venye gava haijafanya niko like aishua.
Hata haifanyangi, si ati hajafanya, haifanyangi, si ati hajafanya.
0713
ule mtu anangoja hii serikali ifanye anything. Utangoja siku mob.
0713 506 699. Simu pige simu.
Hauwezi pata. Upati?
Ndio hiyo imeingia. Ya kwanza ndio hiyo.
Na uangalia ama ni Sudi anapiga.
Achana na Sudi. Sudi ni boys wangu.
Ama Chargei. Unajua pia Chargei anaweza piga.
Chargei na unaweza piga na Sudi. Hello.
Hello.
Ni aje?
Poa sana.
Tunaongea na nani kutoka wapi?
Unaongea na Brian kutoka Uasin Gishu County.
Okay. Brian, you really had to be from Uasin Gishu. God damn. Wewe umeharibu hizi na venye nimepanga hapa. Nilikuwa nangoja hata Onyango apige kutoka.
Hapana, si lazima Onyango.
Brian niambie, gava inafanya nini fiti?
Kwa upande wangu, labda usiseme nimeingilia ama mtu yeyote aseme nimeingilia sana. Labda tukizungumzia na affordable housing.
Okay.
Ukiona infrastructure kwa sasa, utapata ya kwamba hii affordable housing ilikuwa kama ndoto ya kila kiongozi ambaye anaingia katika uongozi, kusema ya kwamba vizuri kila mmoja apate chumba ambacho hata kikimu kama kawaida.
Okay. So hiyo gava imefanya vizuri.
Imefanya vizuri hiyo na support perfect.
Okay, haya. Wewe uko Uasin Gishu?
Niko Uasin Gishu but nyumbani ni Western.
Haya, so umeona affordable housing huko?
Nimezunguka kabisa.
Umeshachukua yako?
Yangu pia nimeenda kuangalia nikaona sio sawa, sio sawa. Nimezunguka pale Kapseret.
Hapo Kapseret kuna affordable housing?
Affordable housing inaendelea.
Umechukua yako?
Bayonea kama utafika hapo.
Umechukua yako?
Yangu napanga kuchukua. Nilienda kuuliza kwanza iwapo mahitaji ambazo nazihitaji. Nikapewa maelekezo. Sasa nitakuwa nikifuatilia kila kujao kuhakikisha kwamba kila kitu kiko sawa na nione iwapo itakuwa kama ni uongo, basi sina budi ile kuanika mambo paruanja.
Sawa, asante David.
Naam.
Haya. Wakili, I can feel you looking at me.
Yes, kwa sababu nataka ajibu hiyo swali. Chukua ingine.
Wacha kuniangalia hivyo.
Chukua ingine.
I can feel your eyes.
Chukua ingine.
Alafu unajua umevaa magnifying lens. Sasa tena inaongeza.
Chukua ingine usikie.
Haya, ndio ingine inaingia. Hello. Ya tatu ndo hiyo. Hello.
Hello.
Ni aje?
Salama sana Obinna.
Unanipigia kutoka wapi?
Kutoka Nairobi.
Unaitwa nani?
It's Charles.
Charles, let me know what the government is doing right.
The government mimi imenifanyia mengi.
Okay.
The first one imenisotesha.
Wacha Charles aongee. Usikate Obinna. Usikate Charles.
Yes.
Simple instructions. What the government is doing right.
Si anakushow.
It is what I am saying.
Yes.
Saying what it has done right.
Say it.
Okay, continue.
The government has made me broke, Obinna.
Okay.
So this is how. I am a contractor.
Okay.
So I used to do business maybe with government. On unpaid bills, it would take us maybe approximately 90 days to be paid. Right now, anytime you go to raise an invoice with government,
Nakusikiza.
anytime you go to raise an invoice with government, instead of the finance, maybe director or the finance person, the first person who is on your neck is KRA. Obinna Wakili can tell you right now, even most of his clients are either people who are expecting payments from government, people who have issues with KRA, people who are being auctioned, people who are fighting with DCI over very weird cases.
That's true.
EACC, I don't know what. If the first 10 ways to die, if you want to die quickly in care, do business with county. For example, Machakos and Kirinyaga.
10 ways of dying.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
Chukua simu nyingine.
Kwa sababu mpata confidence.
Obinna, ulikuwa uchukue simu 5, si 2. Si 2 ni 5.
Simu ni yangu. Bwana simpige simu bwana. Sasa all of a sudden sasa ona simu hata ili. Na nikisema saizi wapige simu nisalimie, utaona. Haya, Waine ndo huyu. Hello?
Hello.
Sasa
Poa sana.
tunaongea na nani?
Alice Mwanzia.
Kutoka wapi?
Hapa Nairobi.
Hebu niambie gava inafanya nini poa?
Tumesota bana. Obinna usicheke, unaweza pili namba yangu hapo watu wafanye kitu, tumesota mbaya.
I love this. Ulikuwa unafikiria mimi niko na wazimu. Sikia vile watu wanasema. Watu wenye wako studio.
Mimi si
chukua nyingine ya mwisho
tena. Hizi simu sasa watu.
Chukua nyingine ya mwisho Obinna.
Hello.
Hello.
Ni aje?
Hello.
Mambo?
Poa sana.
Naongea na nani?
Naongea na Evans.
From where?
From Kakamega.
Habari ya Kakamega?
Nzuri.
Unatafuta dapa man? Niambie, what is the government doing right?
Kitu nilikuwa na request ni kama mnaweza tuletea Ndindi Nyoro. Na request tu huyo jamaa tuelezea at least atu clarify kuna vitu zingine we are not understanding. Tunashukuru. That's my request.
My request is
yes.
You tell me what the government is doing right.
Obviously hakuna baba.
Watu wote wamepiga, hata hakuna mtu amesema amepatana na nyota. Aidha ameiona, ameifikiria ama ameiguza. Kuna Yote ni upuzi.
Sasa hii ndio ile simu sasa tulikuwa na ngoja sasa.
Hiyo ni Oscar.
Hello.
Hello Obinna.
Ni aje?
Iti kabisa.
Hebu ambia watu vitu zenye gava inafanya vizuri sasa ndio sawa washangae hapa.
Kama msee.
Sasa Obinna unasikia mpaka mtoto wangu anasikia ati unasema mtoto gava imefanya kitu mzuri. Hakuna kitu gava imefanya. Kazi yangu kafanya, yani mambo ni mingi. There's nothing that he has done.
Sasa gava imefanya umpoteza kazi yako aje?
I was working for a foreigner who was living here. Sasa yeye alibidi ajitoa akasema maisha imekuwa ngumu huku. Akaenda. Sasa hivyo ndo nilipoteza job yangu manzi.
Uko wapi?
Mimi niko Nairobi.
Umefikiria kurudi Ushago? I'm just kidding.
Ushago na mko hapo wewe na Ndegwa simu si hata mnirushie kitu bana.
We bye, hebu patia mtoto simu tusalimie mtoto.
Hebu ongea na Obinna bama. Ongea na Obinna.
Kwani kako 2 months?
Kako 8 months, kako na miezi 8.
Ona stress mtoto wa miezi 8.
And the father has lost his job.
Anakupenda bana, anapenda kuwatch show yako ndio maana tunaekanga.
Asante, msalimie.
And the father has lost his job.
Unafaa utupe appointment umlete akuone bana.
Sawa tutapanga.
Haya, asante.
That's a young
Wacha
parent.
kuongeza chumvi kwa hiki.
That's a young parent. Unasikia?
Wakili na kuona.
That's a young parent. Amepoteza job na mtoto yako 8 months.
Huko kwa court mnaongeza machumvi.
Si
unaona, just imagine.
Imagine huyo mbaba amepoteza job yake. And with an 8 months kid. Huyo mtoto atasoma aje? Ataenda shule aje? Atalewa aje? If you understand the problems that are in our society.
Jui kama hii simu inafaa nishike on air, wacha kwanza nishike off air. Hello? Hello? How are you? Niko sawa. Sijui kama hii simu yako inafaa nishike on air ama nishike off air. Tuko on air. Ndakupigia baadaye. Unaona sasa unafanya sasa.
Wewe ni nani? Ama ni DCI?
DCI akupigiangi simu anakukujianga. Unasikia tu wewe.
Ziwakam. Tuko tu hapo kwani siko mbali. Ziwakuje.
Wacha kuongea hivyo.
Kwani akikushika
niko na mtoto mdogo.
Kwani mimi sina? Kwani mimi sina? Kwanza mimi niko na 1 year 8 months. Hata mimi niko na wao.
Mimi 1 year 3 months.
Lakini hatuwezi ishi kwa nchi yetu na uoga bana. Hatuwezi.
Hello.
Ni aje?
Poa sana Mr. Obinna.
Unatupigia kutoka wapi?
Mimi natoka hapa Dandora phase 5. Mimi naona serikali imefanya kazi hivi. Kusaidia ndugu yangu bure na kabisa kukua vizuri kwa na lingine.
Sikusikii, network ni mbaya.
Nasema imesaidia ndugu yangu bure na ndugu yake mwingine kabisa.
Hello.
Kukua vizuri kwa serikali.
Hello. Sikusikii.
Mimi nimemsikia. Obinna nimemsikia kama usikii viti. Anasema serikali imesaidia.
Hata wewe kusikia.
Imesaidia ndugu yake bure na bure kabisa, kuwa bure kabisa kwa serikali.
Hello.
Mimi nakupata.
You're really celebrating this, yeah?
Si mimi.
You're really celebrating. You're really happy.
Si mimi, ni sisi. Si mimi, ni sisi. Wa Kenya ndio wanasema. Wewe ndio uliinvite hizo simu.
Hello, Bize.
Ni aje?
Naongea na Eli.
Kutoka wapi?
Hapa Nairobi tu.
Si watu wa nje pia wanipigie. Mimi sitaki tu watu wa Nairobi. Nyinyi watu wa Nairobi nyinyi mko na mashida mingi. Mimi nataka watu wa nje ndio sasa muone venye serikali inapanga kazi.
Hatukuzaliwa Nairobi, tulikuja.
Na uko na attitude. Haya, si pole basi.
Sasa
government imefanya kazi, si ndio?
Labda huko kwako juu unaona.
Ngoja hadi juu unaona?
Naona huko kwenye hata mko na light, stima isumbui.
Kwenye kuna stima?
Huko ni ubaya. Hii serikali yenu ni kama ilikuja itumalize kabisa, tusafirishe hiyo kana tuende kama tukoje wajeneza.
Kwani MCA wako ni nani?
Hata MCA sijui, najua MP peke yake. MP yako sawa, siwezi mpiga.
MP yako ni nani?
MP ni the one and only honorable Babu Owino.
Oh, when you are Embakasi.
Hiyo sasa MP peke yake ndio mtu hapa, hao watu wengine sijui hata wanachaguliwa kwa nini.
Haya, sawa, asante.
So kwa hii live mnaweza ambia serikali wajaribu wabadilike, juu walisema ameletwa na Mungu. Jaribu atende matendo yenye yanaendana na mambo ya Mungu.
Haya, sawa.
How many calls?
Wachana nayo. We don't have to start counting calls.
Ngapi?
Wakili, we don't have to start counting calls.
Your sample.
No, we don't have to.
Hebu pigia madhi wa diapers.
Sasa na watu wapi wa madhi wa diapers? Nipigie baby mama.
Uliza baby mama amepata diapers. Hii gava ni bure kabisa.
David, toa hiyo namba ya simu hapo kwa screen.
This government is a curse to Kenyans. Is a curse to Kenyans. Hii ni mbaya kushinda ile plague ya Egypt. Una zile plague za Egypt, hii ni mbaya kushinda hizo.
What should the government start doing right?
Just go home. That's the best thing they can do. Watoke, waende, waachie watu wengine wafanye govern. That's the only right thing they can do. Nothing else. Wacha asalimu amri. Nimeshindwa, nimekubali.
Akirishuffle cabinet?
Hata akirishuffle, hata akiweka nani? Hata akikuweka hapo Obinna. Ama aniweke, you can't work with William Ruto. Kwa sababu William Ruto ndiye ni mjuaji. Ni mjuaji wa kwanza.
Unajua unaongea as if you know him on a personal level.
Wewe hujamuona? Si yeye juzi amesema, juzi amesema ati Kenya imebahatika iko na rais kama yeye. Ati yeye ako na PhD. Na tunakubali.
Haukumuona kanda Trump akismile?
Nilimuona.
Ni mtu ako na connection. Yenye anakuja kutusaidia
Trump. Lakini ujue anaenda huko kuongea maneno ya minero zenu. Wewe hujaona hao watu akina Kakamega. Kwani ni wapi Obinna? Ni Kakamega.
Simbali na Kakamega.
Hebu pigia wase wa Kakamega. Saa hizi William Ruto anasema ati amediscover gold in Kakamega. Amediscover gold ama amediscover opportunity ya wizi. That gold has been there during the time of mpaka lini. Na anataka kuhamisha hao watu. So William Ruto is impoverishing us. You have just had a father with 8 months old child amepoteza kazi. Courtesy of William Ruto. The sooner we get rid of William Ruto constitutionally, the better for this country.
Okay. Now let's shift.
Huyu nakwambia hata kama Yesu angekuja leo, awe ni wale wezi wawili walikuwa na Yesu pale msalabani. Huyu
wakili
hata ambia Mungu Yesu unikumbuke. Sidhani hata Yesu angemuona. Huyu hawezi. You can't redeem William Ruto. He is beyond redemption.
Wakili.
Yes.
We get the point.
Yes, he is beyond redemption.
Iko sawa.
Yes.
Iko sawa.
Huyu
wakili.
Let me tell you.
Talk to the president. Yuko hapa.
Mr. William Ruto, my name is Ndegwa Njiru. I come from Kirinyaga and I'm a practitioner. If you could do Kenyans a favor, just one favor, you resign and go home, you'd have done this country a great service. Mr. William Ruto, the country is sick, the country is ailing out of your bad misrule and mismanagement of the government. The sooner you realize that Kenyans don't love you, they don't like you, and that you are a burden to Kenyans, the better for us. You are a burden in terms of abduction. You are a burden in terms of extrajudicial killings. You are a burden in terms of corruption, stealing and spillage of our resources. You are a burden to them in terms of overtaxation. You are a burden to them in terms of the mismanagement of our public health sector. You are a burden to Kenyans in terms of collapse of our education system. You are a burden to Kenya until you have made the rain not to come. Wewe juzi umesema hautaki mvua, unataka maji. Sasa umefanya mpaka mvua isinyeshe. Maharagwe imekauka, mahindi imekauka, ng'ombe zinakufa na njaa. Sasa wewe sijui tulikutoa wapi? I don't know. Ulikuja aje huku? Kwani wewe hauna huruma uache Kenya uende? Hana.
Wakili. Mvua.
Alisema hataki.
Hakusema hataki. Wacheni wewe wakili wewe ni wakili.
Alisema we don't need rain, we need water.
Alikuwa anakuwa tu practical.
Sasa maji inatoka wapi mahali pengine?
Wewe unataka maji au unataka chai?
Mimi sitaki chakula, nataka kushiba.
Wewe unataka IBC au unataka election?
Mimi sitaki akili, nataka masomo.
Okay.
Huyu mtu is a curse to this country.
Davido, unacheza na disclaimer. Huyu ni wakili. Yeye anajitetea.
Hakuna haja ya disclaimer Davido. Hakuna maneno nimesema ambayo
hakuna haja disclaimer.
Hakuna haja disclaimer. Nikuulize Obinna.
Obinna, the opinion expressed.
Unataka kupeana disclaimer akuja kuwa na abduction?
Hapana, nimesema the opinion.
Unataka disclaimer Gen Z hawajauawa?
Tuongee juu ya hiyo.
Unapenda disclaimer kwamba hakuna njaa nchi ya Kenya.
Kupiga simu. Chukua simu.
Chukua usikie vile anasema. Chukua.
Kimbia na huko.
Sasa unapenda disclaimer gani?
Ya allegations zile unasema hapa.
Yeye anasema ati hatutaki mvua, tunataka maji. Amefanya initiative gani kuhakikisha Wakenya wako na maji?
Dams.
Where are they?
Zimepangwa, wameprokiwa.
Zimejengwa kwa akili yake na imagination zake, ziko kwa kichwa yake, haziko. And you will never do it.
Mnajua mtakuwa surprise sana hizo madam zikijengwa.
Wapi?
Na mtanyamaza nga.
Wewe niambie Wakenya wapige simu mahali wameona Wakenya wakifanya survey. Watu wakifanya survey za kujenga hizo jams. Hakuna. William Ruto will not do anything for this country.
Akimaliza kufanya hizi vitu mtashtuka.
Kelele tu. Anatuita naysayers. Ati naysayers.
Si mungoje.
Ati tuonange kitu mzuri.
Si 2026 ndio kazi inapangwa.
Anapanga job. Kila siku ni kupanga. Ako katika safari ya kupangua, kutenga.
Si kazi inaanza Januari. Si sasa ni festive season.
Tunangoja tu afanye.
Unaona Januari?
By the way, unakumbuka ile siku nyingine sijui alienda kwa kanisa hapa Bahati. Hapa Makandara. Akasema watu wakienda Christmas watapata barabara imejengwa. Ambia watu wapige simu waulize ama hiyo barabara ilijengwa. Huyu jamani mdomo tu.
Ngoja Januari utaona. Mambo imepangwa. Ndio ile Rironi Mausami.
Mimi nakwambia nilienda hapo nikapata kabako kamoja, nikapata bulldozer moja na nikapata tinga moja.
Sasa si nne.
Hakuna kitu kingine iko hapo, zero work.
Sasa nimekuambia sasa una launch alafu sasa wana kama alafu kazi inaanza.
Let me tell you Obinna, it's a tragedy for us to have William Ruto as a president at this time. When the country was on the runway and about to take off, he has taken us back to where Moi left us. And Kenyans, we must make a decision to interrogate the character of the next man who is going to be the president of this country.
But you know, this complaints imekuwa since time memorial. Tanya Moi muli complain.
Lakini kuna
Kibaki muli complain.
Hata afadhali Moi alipewa watoto maziwa.
Muli complain.
Afadhali Moi alipewa watoto maziwa.
Huyu
anakunywa mpaka maziwa ya watoto.
Munatakaje? Kila kitu muna complain.
Tunataka rais ambaye watu wanaweza kumwamini. Huyu ako na serious trust deficit.
Sasa mara Uhuru arudi na Uhuru pia mlikuwa mna complain.
Hatutaki Uhuru arudi. Lakini in this country we have, hata katiba imkubalishi, lakini in this country we have men and women who can foot the bill. The character of a president is paramount. His behavior is paramount. We want a president who is going to give hope to the hopeless Kenyans, a president who is going to be a servant to Kenyans, a president who is going to respect the rule of law, implement our constitution, be sympathetic and empathetic to the plight of the Kenyans, respond positively to the challenges that the Kenyans are facing, sio mdomo tu peke yake kila wakati. be in the front line to restore hope to the hopeless Kenyans, respect the life that God has given to us. Si rais ambaye anaongoza katika maneno ya abduction, hata watoto wakiabductiwa hasemi. Yeye mwenyewe ndiye anasema piga mtoto risasi miguu. Hatutaki rais kama huyo katika hii nchi ya Kenya. Na mimi ninajua ya kwamba wakati utafika, Wakenya wameamua liwe liwalo, hii nchi haitawahi kupata rais mwingine kama huyu ambaye tuko na yeye. We shall not allow this country to take this path again.
Okay.
Rais ambaye anasema watu wauawe na ni rais, atapigiwa kura na nani? Watu wakiwa kaburini. Okay. I mean, somebody should even measure his words. You should be responsible enough as a president to measure your words. You don't just ropokwa the way he ropokwas. Obinna,
quick
if
fire.
it was in another country, na rais aseme atipiga watoto risasi miguu, ama piga watu risasi miguu, he would have been impeached the next day. Because he has shown.
Do you think that is possible here?
No, it's not possible.
Why?
Because we don't have quality legislatures.
Exactly.
We have quantitative but not qualitative.
Yeah.
And that's why we are saying next parliament must be constituted by people with quality and capacity to stand for what is right.
Okay. Now quick fire.
Yes.
Sasa hapa ni majibu ya haraka haraka.
Ndio.
Okay. Jubilee matters.
Yeah.
Matiang'i is a deputy party leader.
Yes.
Do you think that's going to help Jubilee party get back into active politics, especially Uhuru Kenyatta?
We have seen Fred Matiang'i being very active in Kisii during the by-elections. We are hoping that he's taking serious steps in popularizing the party in those regions.
Okay.
And because he's in the united opposition, he seems to be now aligning properly, and we are ready to work with any person who is like-minded.
Okay. ODM, Baba is no longer there.
Yes.
What do you think of the future of ODM?
Imesambaratika.
There's no hope for ODM?
ODM has become very unpopular, not because Baba is not there, but because of its association with Kasongo.
Okay.
That is what has made ODM to be unpopular. Otherwise, ODM still retains men and women who are able to still carry on with Baba's dream. Someone like Jimmy Orengo, he's able to carry on with Baba's dream. Someone like Babu Owino, Sifuna, this girl called Winnie Raila, they are able to carry on with the dream that the founder of ODM had. But because of its association by the people who are benefiting directly from government, like Opiyo Wandayi, Gladys Wanga, Badi, Kaluma, they are the ones who are making ODM to lose its credibility. Okay. The sooner ODM realizes this and decides to restructure and get back on rail, the better for it.
Okay. Leader for ODM, the leadership role right now being held by Oburu Odinga.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think he's going to do a good job in that position, or do you think there's a better option?
Of course, we must appreciate that age is taking a toll out on him. We are praying that channels and avenues will be opened within ODM, which can act as a backup mechanism to the old senator, so that he can steer the party to the right path. And of course, I hope that he'll also get proper advice. And the proper advice is getting the party far away from Kasongo. If he makes that decision, he'll have made a decision of lifetime, and he would have lived the decision that Baba would have wanted. Remember, Baba said that ni nani aliwaambia ODM haitakuwa na presidential candidate in 2027. They must start preparing for that path. And they cannot prepare for that path and take that route when they are affiliated to Kasongo. Kasongo would wish to have a very weak ODM. Wewe ulisikia juzi alisema akiwa huko ati ule mtu alikuwa anashindana naye hayupo. Like he was celebrating for the death of Baba. That's what he said.
Okay.
So Kasongo is enjoying the status quo in ODM, but I know there are men and women who are working to redeem the party.
Okay. Rumors that president is going to buy the party. ODM?
He would wish to.
Can he?
Ruto would want to buy all the political parties and kill them, and so that yeye ndiye atakuwa chama peke yake katika nchi ya Kenya. Trust Ruto to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Would you advise ODM to sell?
No. ODM must leave Kasongo like plague.
But he's among the founding members.
But he's a founding member in which, why is he not taking KANU, and he was also in KANU and a founding member and a life member in KANU? Kasongo is not interested in helping ODM restructure itself and strengthen itself. He's interested in weakening it, because Kasongo believes in weakening his opponents.
Okay.
Yeah.
You saw the video of the cake?
Yes.
What do you think of that whole situation?
Unajua pia hapa umenipatia keki, nikaona sasa siku hizi hii si msimu ya kula keki.
Oh, wow.
Hii ni msimu ya kutema keki.
Okay.
Na unajua hiyo kutema keki ni symbolic. It tells you that Kasongo cannot be trusted. Mi hata kaniita kwake niende, naweza beba maji yangu na kila kitu nabeba, nikitaka kunywa ninatoa hapa, ninakunywa, ninarudisha. Can't trust him. Hata nikikwenda na maji kama hii, akiwa amekaa hapa, mimi nakaa namna hii. Can't trust him. You can't.
Okay.
Wewe kani unaweza fanya nini Obinna akikupea keki?
Nakula. Mimi napenda keki.
Achana na keki ndugu. Bro, achana na keki.
Niache kupenda keki.
Wacha kupenda keki.
Okay.
Achana na keki.
The fights that are happening within ODM, are they ending anytime soon?
We are hoping that the party will stabilize. We have seen very strong sentiments coming from people like Sifuna, strong sentiments coming from people like Babu Owino, even strong sentiments coming from people like Winnie Odinga. We trust that they will stabilize the party. Okay. I have seen Mama Ida also being very strong on the position of the party.
Yeah.
These are not people who are willing to kill the legacy of Raila Odinga. If you kill ODM, you'll have killed all what Baba believed in.
Okay.
So for us to honor Baba, the party must be allowed to thrive, and it must be left to thrive.
Okay.
Yes.
You're normally known more like Kalonzo's blue-eyed boy.
Really?
Yeah, you frequently promote him for presidency.
Yes.
Why Kalonzo?
When I met His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka, I had a discussion with him.
Okay.
And I wanted to know his dream for this country. And he began by saying that he would wish to have this country get back to the path of the rule of law and constitutionalism. Nikajua politik. Nikajua if we start taking that direction, we are going to stabilize this country, redeem it, and rebuild it.
Okay.
Through that particular path. So for me, it's also, if you analyze his characters against Kasongo, ask Kenyans if they were given Kasongo and Kalonzo, whom they would vote for. Watu waambie wapige simu tu saa hizi. Fungua hizo lines, usikie.
Kuona.
Wewe fungua line, usikie.
Hamujalipia campaign hapa.
Piga line, usikie. So, to me, we are looking for a person whose character can be trusted.
Okay.
Because I've told you the character of the man who is going to be president, the next president of the Republic of Kenya, after Kasongo goes home in 2027, through the one-term movement, is key.
Okay.
Yes.
Why do you want to be a senator?
I want to be the senator because I want to make my contribution in building this country.
Okay.
I am a stickler to the law, and I believe that we need quality materials in parliament to oversight government, oversight the spillage in the counties, and make sure that Kenyans realizes the intention of devolution.
Okay.
I won't go and back up the voice by Sifuna, back up the voice by the senator for Nyamira, Senator Omugeni, be a backup voice for the senator of Kisii, Senator Onyonka.
Okay.
I want to be in the Senate to back up those voices of reason, because those voices of reason must be backed up by quality voices. They say iron sharpens iron.
Okay. Governor Iguru is also going for the same spot.
Yes, we tutapambana pale. Yes, if she's there. I don't know whether she's there, but I'm
You
waiting.
believe you deserve it better than she does?
She cannot equal. She's not equal to the task. She does not understand what is legislation. She does not understand, and she has not demonstrated that she understands the role of the county. If she does, and if she has understood, would have seen her effects for the last, is it 13 years now? Going to, sorry, is it 7 years or 8 years now? She does not understand the aspect of legislation. We need legislators in parliament and qualitative legislatures. And when I speak about qualitative, quality legislatures, I'm looking at a person of the caliber of Sifuna, a person of the caliber of Omugeni, a person of the caliber of Onyonka, and I'm very specific in the persons I am mentioning. A person of the caliber, even our Senator Murango is equally trying, is really trying his best.
Okay.
With the quality of people like the Senator from Muranga is really trying his best. You know, and of course, we do not want the senators like those of quality senators like the quality of Embu County. He can hardly spell his name.
Who's the senator of Embu County?
He's called Mondege. He can hardly spell his name, let alone atakuitamuka. I heard the other day when he was introducing the Attorney General, he said Anthony Njiru instead of Attorney General. You know, he can hardly spell his name.
Sio ni accent to...
Avana.
Sasa accent, matamuchi.
Matamuchi ina chida.
Itwa Alexander Munyi Mundigi.
Wewe mwite hapa siku moja. Kama unataka kujua. Those are not the legislatures we want. I have told you the standard. The standard is that of Sifuna. The standard is that of Boni Khalwale, of Kakamega. Those are the standards of legislatures that we want.
Okay.
You know, so that we can give meaning to the whole aspect of representation, give meaning to the whole aspect of oversight, give meaning to the whole aspect of legislation.
Okay.
Because those are the main roles of parliamentarians. If we had quality legislatures today, Kasongo would not be doing what he's doing in mismanaging this country. Somebody would have been there to hold them to account.
Yeah.
So look at the way the impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua was operationalized. It was completely emotionally done without having a qualitative analysis of the
apart from himself.
Okay.
We need an independent parliament, not a parliament that is an extension of the executive. Currently, if you look at the Speaker of the National Assembly, you cannot differentiate between him and the executive. So we need independence of these institutions.
Okay.
Yes. Do you want to call Mondege? Ama usikize clips zake zingine huko. Utasikiza ziko kwa system.
Your cross-examinations often go viral.
Yes.
Are they normally planned, those dramatic moments?
No.
Ama zinafanyika tu?
I don't even know when I'm doing it. I am not even conscious. And because you need to understand your case.
Yeah.
You need to understand your case and the facts of your case. Mostly, even if you give me today a charge sheet, I don't even need to look at the facts. I just need to look at that charge sheet and listen to what the witness is saying, listen to his testimony, and square it out with the particulars in the charge sheet, and I'll get you.
For you, it comes easy.
Of course, with practice.
Yeah.
And of course, it's something that we thank God for. Cross-examination itself is a skill.
Yeah.
It's a skill and it's an art that you need to continuously keep on practicing. Okay. But even when I'm in the house and I'm alone, you'll oftenly find me on a mirror doing cross-examination or examination.
Unajiongelesha kwa kioo?
Unaenda tu unajiongelesha.
Ai, wakili.
Yes. You must do that rehearsal.
Kuna daktari?
You must do rehearsal.
For real?
Yes, you must.
You talk to yourself in the mirror?
Even when like for example, I'll give you a very small example.
Okay.
When we were doing the Rigiji case in the High Court, I was just driving from home to court that morning, and then something just occurred to me. Hey, wait a minute. This bench dealing with this case was constituted by the Deputy Chief Justice. And then I called my senior Kebe Mungai, and I asked him, can the Deputy Chief Justice constitute a bench to hear such a case? And all of a sudden, a case emerged. We went to the law, Article 164, whether who has a mandate to panel the bench, and before that, the Deputy is the Chief Justice. And that role cannot be delegated to the Deputy Chief Justice. We went before that court, we challenged it, they failed to agree with us. We went to the Court of Appeal, they agreed with us. The Deputy Chief Justice cannot panel the bench. Although there are other matters in the Supreme Court, we are still waiting. But that ideas just generate, because I love what I do.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, I don't just do law, I also do farming.
Okay.
Yes.
Napanda nini? Makorofia?
Asa. Si makorofia.
Macadamia hii.
Nafanyanga dairy farming, na mbuzi, na kahawa.
Mtu amejipanga.
Na sasa ndio nakwambia ukiniita mbuzi hapa nitawaletea mbuzi.
Okay.
Kama ya Christmas mimi siwezi kosa.
Si tutakupanga. Tupeleke pale kwa ile orphanage. Unasema utatupanga.
Nitakupanga.
Asante sana. You always like.
But niko serious.
Hata mimi niko very serious. Ni mambo ina involve watoto na kuanga very serious.
Niko serious.
Yes. You like echoing JM karaoke.
Yes.
In most of your speeches.
Yes.
Why is that?
It's because of the ideals he believed in.
Okay.
He believed in the ideals of prosperity for all. Prosperity for all is one of the tenets, again, found in our Constitution under Article 10.
Okay.
If you look at Article 10 and square it out with what Kibaki wanted this country to be, when Kalonzo Musyoka was his vice president and Raila Odinga was the prime minister, they came up with the Vision 2030. That is the route JM Karaoke wanted this country to go, where we all have equality and equity for all, and where social justice was a driving was an engine driving this country. That is why he was speaking about 10 millionaires and 10 millionaires and 10 million poor people. He was looking at the balance in the demographics in the society. Because the more you continue to have programs that impoverishes people, the more the country becomes insecure. For example, the person who just called, was it Charles, who said that he's at home, he lost his job because the investor closed down his plant. He has a 6-8 months old child. How secure is that family, even in terms of food security? Even in terms of health-wise, how confident can that child, that parent, be confident to guarantee his family that he has security for food, health, school fees, and all that? Yeah. So, a well-balanced society, which embraces the principles of equity, will be a society that will be secure. Today, people are not doing crime because they really wish because they were born criminals. They have been challenged by the situation to become criminals. So if we had a system that is mindful of social justice, equality, equity, the rule of law, we would be able to bring down the crime rate, because we would be expanding manufacturing. Today, manufacturers will not come to set camp here in Kenya because we have built a dual carriage in Iloni. But if you bring the cost of electricity down and guarantee manufacturers of the availability of that resource, you will see the economy will start expanding. People will start paying taxes. Those taxes will be applied towards the construction of infrastructures. So it's all about planning. It's all about knowing what to do, when and where and how. That is what is ailing us. That is why Kasongo has collapsed, because he does not understand when, how, where, and who should do what.
Okay.
Yes.
For the ones when you wanatukanana kwenye comment section, we don't do that here. So on this platform, tusitukananange tu bila reason. Just argue out your case.
Yes.
Because naona kuna mafans huyu anambia huyu anambia huyu.
Haina haja.
Yeah, just argue out your case, and then also if you are two-term or you are one-term, it is okay. You see, when it gets to 2027, whatever side you believe in and you support, please go out and vote for it.
Yes.
And remember, if we suffer as a country, whether you are one-term, whether you are two-term, we suffer together. If we progress as a country,
yes,
whether you are one-term, whether you are two-term, we progress together. We are in this. We are in the same boat.
Yeah, let's compete on ideas.
Yes. Some mtu anasema boat inatingika, naona mwambia kwenda jinga wewe. Anakuambia bro, boat inatingika inaenda kuflip. If the boat flips,
yes,
kila mtu kwa ma.
To compete on ideas.
Let's compete on ideas.
Ndio tuache hizi sarakasi,
yes,
na ablakadabla za Kasongo.
Yeah. So let's avoid kutukanana tu hivyo. And this one goes out to all the people out there even on social media.
Yeah.
I know we have a lot of people who have different reasons for supporting or not supporting. He has his reasons of not supporting.
Yes.
And you have your reasons for supporting and not supporting and so on and so forth. So let's argue with points. So at least pia tusikae kama mafala. Unajua right now you guys are talking to a graduate.
Yeah, because
first class.
Na kuna keki.
Na kuna keki. Mambo ni mingi.
You know,
yeah, you are saying something.
You know, hii nchi haitabadilishwa na kuongea.
True.
It's not how fast or how much you speak that will change the destiny of this country or shape our destiny. It's actions. Actions are the ones that are going to change this country.
Yeah.
It's not how much you speak, how loud you are, how much you know how to insult others and to demean others. Unajua tuliambiwa sisi ni wajinga hata hatuna akili.
Yeah.
Tuliambiwa Ruto alituambia hivyo sisi watu wa opposition hatuna akili. That will not change the destiny of this country. What will change the destiny of this country is putting into place systems that are accountable and transparent. But because accountable systems and transparent systems will have the effect of having resources that are properly managed and applied in the right places. So telling us that the country will go to Singapore, we are not going to Singapore by faith. Faith will not take us to Singapore alone. There must be real action and real discipline in government. And that is what we in the United Opposition want to do. We want to bring and inculcate virtues that are responsive to the call for development, the call for the rule of law, constitutionalism, and a call towards establishing a society that is premised on equity, social justice, and equality. That is our target.
Okay.
Yes.
Tuachie hapo. Story ni mingi. Yes, I have to invite you back again because naona the video tumekuwa live for how long? 2 hours 40 minutes. I have another guest.
Wacha come pia achapa
story yake. So I'll have to invite you back.
Yes.
So we talk about a few things. We haven't spoken about the years you've been practicing law. I understand you admitted in 2011.
Yes, tutakam tena.
Yes, then also we have to talk about where you grew up, how that was. I
grew from Kirinyaga.
Next time.
I grew up from Kirinyaga.
People their submissions when they sneak in. So also we need to talk about that. Then also we have a lot of young people.
Yes.
Who either in school, comrades and the like, so people are even doing law. Also, you need to talk to them and let them know things to look out for, and stuff like that. And that can only happen if we start talking about it in such spaces.
Yes.
So I'll specifically invite you back for that.
Yes.
Not for the political side.
Tutaongea stories za Kasongo.
Yeah. Hiyo sasa tupiga tu stories zingine za empowerment, nini tupange mavijana.
Unajua mavijana wanasema Kasongo ni mbaya kushinda corona.
Wow, wakili.
Ndio wanasema.
Wow.
Si mimi.
Na kuona sana.
Ati hizo policies zake.
Wakili.
Stories zake zime quarantine watu Kenya mzima. Si mimi nasema, watu ndio wanasema ati Kasongo ni mbaya kushinda corona.
Wakili, thank you for coming.
Hao ndio wanasema. Hebu ulize usikie.
Asante sana.
Zime quarantine policies zake za economics, they have quarantined Kenyans. Food security zime quarantine. Huyu mtu vaccine yake ni ya one time. Vaccine ya Kasongo ni ya one time. Hiyo ndio tunamdunga 2027.
Sawa Senator.
Thank you bro.
Asante.
Uko fit lakini?
Mimi niko fit.
Hata mimi niko sawa.
Mimi utanipea pressure. So, we are concluding on the poll. We have 3,330 votes. Do you trust IEBC to deliver credible elections in 2027? Yes is 20%, no is 80%. Put it on the screen, the video.
That should worry.
Yeah, wake up on your screen. So
3,
the IEBC team, yes.
3,000?
3,332 right now.
That's a very big poll.
Yeah. So now...
Within 2 hours, by the way,
yeah.
Within 2 hours, I wish you could run that poll for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Please. Within 2 hours, 50 minutes, 3,300 people have voted.
I think, let me put it on my Facebook.
Yes.
For 24 hours.
Yeah, run it for 24 hours.
Yes. Let me run it on my Facebook for 24 hours. Then we.
And then you tag ule jamaa ule chairman wa nini wa IBC.
Unapenda violence.
Ndiye ajue.
Unapenda sana. Utanirepresent kikiumana.
Free of charge.
Sawa.
And I'll mobilize, not just me, I'll mobilize lawyers for you.
Wewe.
You have a right to express yourself. We are not living here by courtesy of Kasongo's favor. We are living here because we are supposed to be here. Na tutaendelea kuishi. Apende asipende. Tutaendelea. Si yeye ametupatia life. Hii life si yake. God ndiye ametupea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so wacha niweke hii hapa kwenye Facebook.
Na mimi sina bitterness na Kasongo kama individual. Niko na shida yake vile amemismanage nchi.
Yako venye unaongea ni kama is a personal thing.
You
have a vendetta.
Mimi sina vendetta na yeye. Kwa sababu simkaribiangi, simujui, namuonanga tu kwa TV pia mimi kama vile.
Unaona na unaongea ni kama umemjua.
Lakini sinamjua na vitendo vyake. Si Biblia inasema kila mtu utajulikana na matunda yake. Matunda yake ni mbovu. Hata ya kuliki yameoza.
The video.
I can disclaimer.
Hizo tuliweka kitambo. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you, my brother.
All right. I'm seeing you guys in the next short while.
Ama in a bit. History ya mbuzi niongea na Magi.
Sasa Magi anaingaje kwa mbuzi yetu? Hizi ni wanaume. So, I'm coming back in a short while with Kadzo Ndungi. Yeah, Kadzo anaongea mambo ya mapenzi. So if you know you're in a relationship, una date ama umeolewa ama unapanga kuoa nini, mambo ya mapenzi, kungoja ndoa, kufanya nini, hiyo ndo sasa mambo ya Kadzo. Ndo sababu tumemweka hii time. Sasa hizi ambia watoto waende walale because Kadzo akiketi hapa, mambo tu ndio unajua mwanamume unamfanya vipi? So we're coming back with Kadzo. Remember to comment, like and subscribe.
Thank you.